morning. Hello, what's up? Happy Friday, everybody. It's Friday. We made it to Friday. Hello. Tax fucking. Let's go. Hi, Theo. Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Stream. Aggie. I'm at the subway, by the way. Come to do public transport safely. I wish you a good ride is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god. Hello, welcome to Stream. Aggie, good morning. Hi everybody, how are we doing? I'm doing very well. I woke up recently, obviously, as I usually do at this point in my day. Ears still clogged, but you know what else is new. Anyway, hello, hi Purple, hello Juno. Oh, we'll get to it. Oh, we will get to it. You're not missing something. That's a feature of the organization that calls themselves that. We'll get into it when we get into it. It's on that docket as always. I'm afraid. Oh no, the tea has just transitioned. Obviously. Hello Warren, welcome. Yep, booted it up real late today. Doesn't really matter. Usually I never have problems with VTuber Studio. Didn't have problems with it today either, which is good, because then that means that I can boot it up like last second, and I don't suffer any consequences of these actions. It just works, which is nice, you know? Hello. Oh no, and the heart is back for Purple too? Oh, ain't no way. The heart is back for me too. It's very annoying. It's in the way of my fucking chat. You feel dog shit today. Understandable. Sometimes, some days, you just feel bad. It's sad times. Hey, Blooded Gamers, welcome. Welcome, StreamElements, and welcome, Greed. Hello. Welcome to stream. Hi, Nessie. How are you today? How has Friday been for you all? I want to show you Flatfuck Friday, by the way, because one person, at least, was surprised by what that was, and I thought that was, like, common knowledge. Oh, I'm beset by tiredness. Oh, me too. I am always beset by tiredness. Such a deep eepiness rests within my heart. Although today it's pretty alright today. You also have a heart. We all have these hearts in chat, and I wouldn't mind them if they weren't above the chat window. I don't know who thought that was a good idea to put them on my YouTube studio chat window. Like, why here? It's in the way. I'm trying to read this, don't you know? My Friday? Still looking at my wallet until money appears. Well, does money appear on Friday? Hello, Siska, how are you? How's Art Fight going? Me every time I see you. Hey, so about Art Fight. Would you like to talk about Art Fight with me? How's Art Fight going? I'm gonna talk about Art Fight today, probably, maybe. On today's docket, I very boldly just put a little section like talking about whatever I'm doing right now, because Friday and Friday fun vibes and whatever, that sort of stuff. So we might get to that. We're just traveling in Japan. Yay, still in Japan. Let's go. Have fun. I have hard time with the subway internet. Oh, I bet. On the subway, I'm surprised you even get like good reception at all. But I mean, I guess it's Japan. It's forward. Gonna start working on it now. Woo! Let's go. Cheers for Siska. Lady Tapoon Chad. I just got up. Good morning. Samies. Same. I thought, wait, don't you usually get up way earlier? I mean, I don't know. I don't know your schedule that intimately. I just listened to the new Ghost song that dropped. New Ghost cover dropped. I immediately forgot what it was called, so it's called Stay. Just Stay. It's a cover of a pre-existing song, obviously, because that's how covers work. Apparently the original is by the Shakespeare Sisters. I didn't know it, but it was very good. Oh, you're on a vacation. Sort of. A Stay is the song, yes. It's so good. It slapped pretty hard. Featuring Patrick Wilson. Do you still have the tab open? Yes, I also still have the tab open, so I could check. It was very good. It was a good song. It started very slow, but then it became a little bit harder, which, you know, I like that in songs. Looked up LGBA, and the first thing I saw was your stream. Oh my god, am I a pioneer? No, it's a thing, I swear. It's a thing. I didn't just make it up. It was trending on Twitter. That's why I even saw it. I could have guessed what was happening if I, just by the trend. But what was actually happening was a little bit more interesting, so we can talk about that. Have you looked up Pat Wilson? This man looks like a wet noodle. No, I have not. Let's actually... Okay, two things. One thing, other thing. Today is Flat Fuck Friday. Let's go. So you're traveling? I'm not traveling. And I don't have social anxiety, so no, that ain't me. That ain't me personally. It's Flat Fuck Friday, everybody. That's him. If anybody ever tells you it is flat fuck, that's a little bit of a tongue twister, just a tiny bit. That's this guy. This is the man in question, the man, the myth, the legend. What does flat fuck mean? Just like he is a flat fucker. I'm pretty sure that's all that means. It means like, it doesn't mean a lot. It's not that deep. But yeah, this is Flat Fuck Friday. I am a flat fuck. I feel represented. Honestly, if the temperatures crawl over a certain threshold, I think we're all this guy. Everybody, you know? You're having a nice and boring holiday. Sometimes that's nice. Sometimes that can be nice. I can see that. Actually, no, I have cake. I'm not that flat. You can't be this flat. If the temperatures rise to a high enough degree, we all melt into the ground. Everybody gets to this point at some point in summer, okay? Like, if it's 30 plus degrees, we are here. Don't lie to me. We're here, okay? That gator do be very flat. I mean, it's true. Puddle as well. Yes. Anyway, I wanted to Google the guy, because why not? Pat Wilson. Let's Google Pat Wilson on stream. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Pat Wilson, who are you? Oh. Is that you? Is there multiple Pat Wilsons? I don't know. But this is Pat Wilson, apparently. This Pat Wilson or that Pat Wilson? There's a good amount of Pat Wilsons out there, but Patrick Wilson features. Well, I guess I should Google you with your entire name then. That might make it a little bit easier. Oh, this Patrick Wilson. Is it this Patrick Wilson? I don't know. I think so, because look, Ghost released a new cover song, Stay, featuring Patrick Wilson. Also, this image is, obviously, I'm not going to show the music to you. They just put like a cool image in the background because it's a little cover song release. There you go. Pat and Wilson are both very common names, yeah. But I do see the wet noodle aspects of this man. But he looks like somebody who would be friends with Tobias Forge. I can definitely see this. I can see this. I can see this. I was hoping for Postman Pat. No Postman Pat here. Singer Man Pat and Actor Man Pat, apparently. He acts, he sings. What can't this man do? Me, who learned about the existence of this man today. A good song, do recommend, was uploaded 5 hours ago. Go watch it. God, my recommendations are something. Fucking my mix with the thumbnail of the AI J-Schlad cover of How Bad Can I Be? If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what would. Yeah, that's what we're up to today. The docket be looking short. I'm gonna be honest with you. But you know what I did do yesterday? I mean, I did this yesterday as well. But also, what I also did yesterday is actually edit 2 videos. Ain't no way. Edited 2 videos? I don't do that. What? I edit videos? I do. Still. Sometimes I get to bring myself to do that. So I'm gonna have an upload for today, and I'm gonna have an upload for tomorrow, I think. I never know when to upload these, because of course it would make sense to upload at like stream time, but also in the evening makes sense. I don't know, every time makes sense, because time zones. There's an argument to be made, like, oh, upload at a time where people would be at home, and in front of their computer. Well, in which time zone? Which time zone am I supposed to apply that to? Mine? America? The Philippines? I don't know. All of them? It doesn't work. So I just, do it whenever. It's like, yeah, an editor? I don't believe it. Sounds fake. I would never do such a thing. Edited 2 videos. That's a bit too much productivity. I know, right? I also figured out that editing 1 video that is about like an hour long in raw material. So if the end product is going to be a bit shorter. But if the video itself is like an hour long, it takes me about 2 hours to edit it. Which makes sense. It's minimal editing, so it doesn't take super duper long. But still, could be faster. I think it could be faster. Maybe it is a little bit faster because I didn't actually time myself. Maybe I should time myself. I don't know. Maybe that would help. Maybe that would help me be faster or something. I don't know. I did 2 videos, and you're gonna see them later today and tomorrow. So that's pretty good. He could think that mayonnaise is an instrument. You're right. You are absolutely correct. Anyway, let me show you what's on the docket for today and get through that. Right? Also, this is Zecke coming at you live. I didn't say that at all. Yesterday, I don't think I said that either. This is Zecke coming at you live from the pretty sunny California, located entirely within Germany. I think today is already one of the warmer days, or is that tomorrow. It's, I mean, it is today. Today's going to be 28 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be 30 degrees. And the day after tomorrow is going to be 32 degrees. That's too many degrees. I don't need all of that. So, have you heard of Threads? We're going to be talking about Threads. It's been launched by Zuck, as in Mark Zuckerberg. And it's supposed to be replacing Twitter, and it's looking quite promising to be able to do just that, maybe. Is it around in Europe yet? No. Am I gonna join it? No, obviously. Can't. I could with a VPN. I have a VPN, but like, that sounds tedious. Another thing, Trump posted Obama's address. Apparently no joke, and you won't believe what happens next. This is kind of serious. Stop joking about it. Obviously I make good titles for these, and you should respect that. Yeah, that actually happened. That wasn't a meme. That happened, and consequences. There's consequences to these actions. What do you believe? The fuck is an LGBA meant to be? We'll figure that out on the Pink News website. And I have a funday Friday thing to watch because I was going through my YouTube recommended and I saw this video that I've seen multiple times and it's not too long, and I figured, oh, maybe we'll watch it together. And then, you know, we have personal news that I could tell you about if I wanted to do so. Also today, Vosh is gonna stream again, and I'm gonna have to dual wield streams probably because I want to watch that, but also friends are streaming. Ah man, life is so hard when you have too much content that you are blessed with. So I think I'm gonna dual wield because if it's actually like properly back, I would love to be there for that. Also, hello Isabel, how are you? How are you doing today? Can you repeat what Orange Man said? I will see if it's featured in any of these links. Maybe it's the actual Truth Social tweet is featured in the Washington Post article, or maybe it's featured in the CNN news video. True, we do have a video in here. That's kind of nice. Anyway, you had a crazy dream as well that you had to deliver an artifact to a magic being who could grant any wish you want while being chased by greedy people in an airship. I survived and wished for socialism, and it was Pog. Huh, nice. Now do it in real life, please. Do it again, but in real life. Hello, Quartz, welcome. Welcome to stream. Please let it not be the ukulele apology again. It will never be the ukulele apology again. We've talked about it enough. Also, I'm not making a video on that. Enough people have made videos on that. I thought about, you know, cutting it into a video, but I'm not gonna cut it into a video. No ukulele apology. Not again. Like, every single person on the planet Earth has made a ukulele apology video. I don't need to add to that, I think. We talked about it on stream, that's enough. Imagine an electric guitar apology video. Much better, much cooler. You know, appeals more to my personal aesthetic, therefore I would be more likely to forgive that, you know? Thank you for sparing us. Only a little bit, you know, Roselia, you gotta show a little bit of mercy every now and then. just a tiny bit. Why would Zuck need to make a new Twitter? Twitter is so, like, totally fine, and nothing bad's happening over on Twitter at all. You're so right. It's so correct. Also, Juno lurking. But this is a nice podcast. It very much is podcast vibes. I like to give podcast vibes. Should we start a podcast? Everybody has a podcast. In other personal news, to delay getting into the actual news a little bit longer, I've been on TikTok a lot. I mean, that's not a piece of news. We knew that. But I see this one dude on TikTok. Dude, should I pull up his Wikipedia? He's a public person. This is not weird if I pull up his Wikipedia, is it? Do I remember his name, though? Yeah, I do. I've been following this dude on TikTok a lot. Shoutouts to this dude. He is so entertaining. This man talks about, he has a Wikipedia article because he's like he does film, apparently. Okay, so this dude talks about men's fashion. I don't wear men's fashion. It's usually suits and polo shirts and suits and saccos and whatever. Don't give a single shit, I thought. But I watch every single one of this man's TikToks, every single one of them, and they're very entertaining. I don't know what he does to make them be so entertaining. He talks about fucking, like, it must have pieces in your closet as a dude, and I'm like, I don't give a single shit. I don't care about any of this, but when you tell it to me, I'm listening. I am sat. I am listening. He seems like a fun dude. I want to collab. He streams on Twitch sometimes, apparently, which surprised me because, I don't know, it was just not the impression that I got from this man immediately, but not super actively at the moment. so can't recommend you his stream or anything, but hey, wanna collab? I talk about politics, you talk about fashion. I'm sure we can find like some sort of overlap in there, right? Probably. Save it for the podcast. This is my podcast. He has a podcast too. That's why I was reminded of that. I don't know. I wanted to show you what I'm currently thinking about. I want to collab with this man. Don't know if we could though. Mr. Fashion Man and the politic collab. Exactly. I'm sure we can find something that overlaps there. Probably. My entire knowledge of this Miranda Sings person is confined to them doing CSSH and and making a horrendous apology for it. I wish I knew less. It would honestly be good to know less sometimes. I know too much already. I always know too much about this stupid stuff. Just suits and pins. Topic: how to be a fashionable revolutionary. Now that's a good idea. I like that. Politicians' fashion. Hey, can we talk about how badly Donald Trump dresses? Is this something we can do? Because I do think he's progressive too. From what the vibes so far I've gotten is they're progressive vibes, so I vibe with that. Also, Isabel's stream was honestly badass because she fought Nazis in a storm in an airship, High Fleet style, just to get to the temple you had to be at. That sounds very badass. Did you watch Indiana Jones recently? It gives me Indiana Jones vibes. Never seen one of those movies in full. Still. Yet. Still. But don't all politicians just wear suits? But not every suit is made equal, you know? You gotta pay attention to a lot of little details in suits. I think Donald Trump's suits are very boring. If I ever notice them, I usually don't. They're just kind of like dark suits, right? But you can do so much more with suits. They are also, they look like they don't fit well, but maybe that's just how Trump looks. I don't know. I like that we're on this topic now. Analyzing the most fashionable revolutionaries through history. See, we could do so much. Hit me up. No, I should hit you up. Hit me up. I definitely want to do a collab. I'm also... Oh, by the way, he's German. I don't think I mentioned that, but I think it was clear from the German Wikipedia page. But he speaks English, and I speak German, so we should be able to get to, like... I don't know in what language the collab would be, but, you know, whichever way works for it. I don't care. I can do both. Auf Deutsch funktioniert auch. Keine Sorge. Hier ist ein Beispiel. Because obviously, natürlich guckt sich dieser Typ jetzt dieses Video an, irgendwie, keine Ahnung wie, aber er findet das dann halt, diesen Stream, und dann guckt er sich das an und dann weiß der, was ich von ihm möchte. See, this was my little German demo reel to show him that I actually speak German. Do it so rarely, it's crazy. Okay, anyway. It'd be in conversational Japanese. Just to mess with all of us. Now that would be the gotcha moment, I think. I feel like politicians all wear suits all the time as a part of why they're inherently spawns of Satan. Suits can be fun, but not the way that they... Irgendwie. Are you making fun of my accent? How dare you? That's so rude. You're so mean. How could you? I can't wait. Dale Earnhardt Jr. to become a politician. I think politicians should be forced to wear NASCAR-style jackets. Oh, there it is. With their sponsors stitched onto them so we know who they're bought by. Honestly, though. Honestly. Or various arachnid clicking noises. But that is German, but that's also French, though. Every time I think about the language of French, I just think, you know, yeah. Also, das ist nicht nett. Du musst dich ja nicht ärgern. Yeah, please. Also, I also call pears Birne. Well, yeah, Birne. It's not Birne. That's crazy talk. Same with Kirche and Kirche. Huh? Hi, y'all. I'm late today. No worries. We're so scatterbrained today that I just talked about my latest TikTok man that I watch and the German language. No, nothing has been covered yet. We're still just talking about whatever. And fashion. Lots of fashion. Zecke stream. Let's go. Is it weird? I felt chills sometimes when you spoke in German. German's such a sensual language. I may utilize this weapon again for future German usage. I mean, Vosh thinks German's cool, so I used to date a girl who said Birne, and I was like, honey, let's keep speaking English. Yeah, bro, I cannot deal with that. That's just not how the word is said. Don't say it like that. No Birne. It's weird. Stop. You're freaking me out. German is a very cool language. I don't mind German. I just don't speak it that much. Says me, born and raised and currently living in Germany, but always on that damn phone, always on that damn computer, talking to my internet friends who are international. Hence why we are always up in this English. Semi-related, I saw a cat girl in Final Fantasy XIV named Nyancy Perlosi. What the fuck? See, this is a targeted attack against Siska, who is a cat girl in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, for real. The world could do with less German, though, TBH. I only took 1 year of German back in first grade in 90s, so I remember nothing. What do you mean you don't remember the 1 year of German you had in the first grade in the 90s, huh? Damn, your memory's so bad. It's so weird. That's a joke, don't come after me. Ha, psych! I'm a bun girl. Oh my god, I never knew. This puts this whole... Everything is like... put in a new perspective for me suddenly. How odd. It's funny because my Macedonian friend, born and raised, speaks English more and doesn't even have an accent. It happens sometimes, you know, like if you just speak it a lot for your work, for your international friends, for whatever reason, especially if you, I said this before, especially if you live in a country like Germany, you're not gonna make fucking small talk out on the street. You're not gonna talk to strangers. You say hello to your neighbor and that's literally it. You say, mit Karte bitte, at the cash register to pay with your card. And that's literally it. You don't need to say anything else. That's all. That's all you need. So, like, if you come to Germany, hello is tschüssi, hi, tschüssi, hallo. Important. Mit Karte bitte. That's all you need. That's all the vocabulary you need. Unless, I mean, if you come to Germany as a tourist, I don't think you can pay with card at the grocery store. So that one's even not necessary. You can skip that one. Talking about politician strip, have you seen Evo Morales' jacket? It's pretty cool. I have not, but I am so up for Googling this. Anyway, this is the TikTok man. Evo Morales jacket. Oh, drippy. Is he drippy? Are we talking about this jacket? Or are we talking about like this jacket? Which jacket of his are we talking about? Well, this one is like cool and like leathery, but this one has like patterns on it and stuff. In university, we all write and publish in English. Oh, are you an Anglistik student? Oh my god, you too? Et tu, Nessie? And if you have a colleague from outside Germany, we even do our colloquium in English. Damn, I see. Biker Evo, there he is. He came, he saw, he conquered in 2014. They're all good jackets. I don't have any, no notes. I have one note on this one. That's not a jacket. Why are you showing me this in my search results? That's not a jacket. The leaky, what? The leaky? The heck is that? I don't know what that is. It's a foreign word that I don't know. If I step foot in Germany, I'm gonna be a fish out of water more than I am in neurotypical society. Probably true, but you can assimilate. You can simply assimilate. Just stare at people. That was loud. What was that? That was like a car or something. Just, you stare. Germans stare, but they don't say anything usually. Sometimes, you know, a little hello. And that's about it. You know, the mean Germans. I recently saw a really funny TikTok about that. Wait, if I can find it, I would love to send that to myself and show it to you. Because it's so true. I hope I liked it. Sometimes I'm very conservative with my likes. So sometimes I'm like, oh, wow, this was such a funny TikTok that I saw. And then I don't like it or save it or send it to anybody. And it's like, okay, well, I guess it wasn't that funny, was it? But I watched too many, so... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this anymore. Oh, I found it! Never mind, I found it. I'm gonna send it to myself and I'm gonna show it to you. To tweet in a second. Say moin to assert dominance. I'm not a northerner. We don't say moin around these parts. Not around these parts, partner. Not around these parts. Not around these parts. What, do we say anything locally here? I don't know. Again, don't speak to people. Can we do a president's drip tier list? Absolutely. You need to send me all the drip though, because otherwise I don't know. My friend has made it to IKEA. That's cool. Okay, here it is. This is real German experience.
Hallo.
It's true.
Dankeschön.
It's
Tschüss.
This is how we are.
Hallo.
This is us.
Tschüss.
That's literally us. It's just who we are. We will be grumpy and then hello. It's so true. It's literally so true. Going through life with the most resting bitch face a person can have, because that's what Germans are born with. And then, you know, if you have to greet, hello, hey, it's you this week. You're like lying on the ground laughing. It was a good TikTok. I'm like, sometimes I'm on the German side of TikTok and I don't hate it, and that would be one of these instances. It's a good TikTok. I'm glad I found it. Lots of people say moin in the bakers when they greet me though. Huh. Well, I mean, you're not in the north either. But okay, fine. Fair. Maybe moin is more widespread than I thought. This okay. Servus. Now, servus. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, you can get hit with servus from further from the south. I saw, if I ever saw you IRL and recognized your voice, I would just casually go see you next stream and wink to you as I walk away pretending it never happened. I would be questioning my life from that point forward, but like in a good way. But also, I would not have heard you because I'm not great with hearing. You say that to me and I'm like, huh? Yeah, danke. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and walk, and then try to read. Do you ever do that? Somebody says something to you, you're like, nah, and then you keep walking because somebody said it to you outside, or to your dog rather, because my dog gets talked to a lot outside. And I just keep walking, and I'm like, I wonder what they said. And then I'm trying to reconstruct the sentence in my mind while I'm already past them. Sometimes I figure it out, I think, at least. You can never know for sure. But oftentimes I do not figure it out. Well, if that's what Germans are like, then I'm kind of liking it. For real. Resting bitch face people are so me. Yeah, the vibes are not bad. Same, I do that. Okay, cool. Good. Zecke says it's true, then it's true. I am your source on the ground for truth. I do that mid-conversation. Yeah, that as well. Sometimes I don't pick... Yeah, I'm talking with my mom. I'm like, also multitasking, because of course I am. Otherwise I would die. So I'm multitasking something, talking with my mom, and I didn't really listen, but then I wait for a moment, reconstruct the sentence in my head, and then, you know, I know what she said. But that one has a higher success rate than the outside one, because the outside one I'm also listening to music, so I can't really hear that well. Yeah. But what if those sources are false? Mine? Never, ever. Hasn't happened. Will never happen. If you can't hear Isabel, say then perhaps you could just pull out a tick from... Yes, just pull out a little, like, cut out a little image, flash it in front of my eyes, and retrieve it again. Now that would be scary. All the time. Sometimes I even ask the person to repeat, and mid-repeat I understand and interrupt the person answering the original question. Me too! Wow, it's great to know that we're all the same person. It really, it affirms, you know, it affirms us. Yes, this is what we do. It's just how it goes. I mean, I never knew that Germans were born with resting bitch face, but here we are, more educated. Yeah, that's obviously 100% a real fact, and... No notes whatsoever. Especially the Germans who stare at you, which is all of them. Literally all of them. I stare too. Try not to stare, like, too much, but we stare. It's staring culture. If you look weird, we stare. And not like in a bad way. I just want to know what's going on with you, okay? Sometimes I see people who are dressed really cool, and then I stare, and I'm like, I hope they don't think I'm, like, weird. I hope they think I'm also cool. You know, we should teach sign language to kids in school so we can finally, oh boy, it's behind the heart, make men, I hate the fucking heart so much. Move. There it is. So we can finally move on to headphones in society. To a headphones in society. Yes, I agree. Look, this is why I struggle with the heart. Everything behind that M was hidden from me. How am I supposed to know? Sometimes I do. Not always, though. It's so annoying. Hate that fucking heart. And yeah, well, it's cute when it's pressed and stuff, but other than that, I've gotten used to the stare. Yeah, I mean, same. I used to have rainbow hair at some point in my life. I don't think I look extremely flashy all of the time now. It depends on how I dress, but when I had rainbow hair, it is what it is. The heart has left you, but it's currently with me in purple, so it just disappeared. It does that sometimes. All I have to say is gambling while flashing a cardboard tick to you, and you'll immediately go, how the fuck did you find me? Is it true? No, I wouldn't know. At this point, I would know. That would be disturbing. Hell yeah, let's go. Can't wait for today. Sometimes the heart just disappears, and sometimes that's good. Is there something in my face? Why are you staring at me? Sorry, I just thought your character design looked cool. It's true. It's so true. It's like, oh my god, your makeup looks so cool. And I live in a city where that is really rare. I don't see a lot of cool looking people out on the street. I see a lot of 50-plus-year-olds who look like each other on the street, usually. So when there's a cool looking person, I want to mention it, okay? At least in my head. Sometimes I do give compliments. That's something I like to do sometimes. Because that's fun. That's nice. People... It depends, though. Actually, maybe I retract my statement. Not fully. I still sometimes do like to give compliments, like, you look cool. Cool outfit, cool jacket, cool whatever. But in German, as much as I can do that. Cooles outfit would be the German version of cool outfit, by the way. Anyway, I do that sometimes, but sometimes people wicked hate it. I remember I was going through Leipzig Hauptbahnhof, actually, and there was a group of teens who were, I think they were wearing cosplay, and I was like, hey, nice, or something. I don't remember what I said verbatim, and they looked at me like I just took one of them and slit their throat in front of the rest. I'm like, okay, sorry, I will never speak to you again. I will be quiet. I mean, obviously, I'm also never gonna see them again because we were on, like, at the main station. I was moving from one place to another, and I'm like, okay, sorry. But it was funny because I was with a friend as well, and it was just like, well, they didn't appreciate my cool compliment very much. I'm not gonna lie, I have this bad habit of mine. Whenever I walk in the streets, I do like a death stare at people that walk by. You would fit in well with Germany. You can move to Germany. They would. That works. Nice drip. Yeah, I did that. They weren't appreciative at all. Old white men are a dime a dozen. Really, they are. And they're on the streets, and I see them a lot. I don't talk to the teens. Their self-esteem is made of paper mache. Well, but that's technically, if you give them like a compliment, shouldn't that be good though? I don't understand. Shouldn't they be like, oh hell yeah, a cool person who is also a little bit older than us, but not a lot because we don't know, they're shorter than us, so maybe they're not, gave us a compliment, slay. Wouldn't that be the usual reaction? I don't know. Maybe they're just so used to being called out to in a derogatory manner that they just don't want to interact with it anymore, which is fair. That's fair. Because, like, literally, there's people who scream insults at you if you dress alternatively in some of these cities around here, and I'm sure in other places of the world that's the same, but that does happen. So I guess they're a little bit on guard. I didn't take it personally. I just found it funny. Every time I compliment Fanny, they assume I'm being a sarcastic. Oh my god, really? Damn. Well, I don't know nothing about teens, I guess. Fucking teens. No, I understand the sentiment, especially in public. Like, I don't hold it against them. I just found it funny. Haha, Fanny, funny. Think about that. Anyway, Threads. Do you know what Threads is? I don't really. I mean, I kind of do. It's apparently the Twitter killer, but I didn't want to write that down. There it is. Yeah, that's literally the word that I used. Didn't want to write that down because I don't think YouTube would like that very much in the title of this video. I'm just saying. I'm old, so if I compliment a teen, they'd probably think they're looking lame. Yeah, I also only want to compliment if I currently look cool myself, because I can either look very whatever, rolled out of bed, had to go outside because I have a dog, or I look cool with, actual, like, the jacket is on, I have a cool shirt on. You know how looking cool works. But, like, it doesn't happen every time. So, there we go. Turns out the real reason German people sound aggressive is because they are actually tried talking. They actually tried talking in German. The one thing you never do. You never do. You don't talk. The Twitter killer? Ain't that Elon Musk? Yes. True. Instagram threads. Immediately, I'm turned off. Instagram threads. Meta sets sights on Twitter supremacy. I mean, are we surprised? Not at all. literally, Instagram Reels exists. That's just TikTok, but on Instagram. Obviously, they copy everything. Nobody should be surprised about that. What is even Instagram Threads? I don't know much about Instagram. I'll let you know. Another Twitter? Yes, another one. Another one for people to use. The Twitter Killer app and Twitter standalone rival. High expectations abound as Meta launches its new microblogging app Threads. Will the Facebook owner succeed in knocking Elon Musk's Twitter off its perch? So apparently it's a separate app. Also, I like how on this image is showing you that I'm pretty sure that I don't speak the language, but I'm pretty sure this image is showing you that you cannot download this app wherever this person took this picture. So that's a funny picture to have. Produkt jest nie do twoim kraju. Me only knowing Russian tells me that this means the product is not in your country. That's my translation, with only Russian knowledge. So yeah, in Europe it's not available yet, and maybe it will be. I can't believe I'm siding with Zuckerberg for once. I mean, in between those two, I would also side with Zuckerberg, but also I don't really want Threads either. At the end of June, Twitter's Elon Musk and Meta's Zuckerberg challenged each other to a cage fight. What a good intro to like an article. It's true. It got canceled though. They didn't do it. No one knows whether they will actually strap on the gloves, but Thursday marked the advent of a showdown between their digital platforms. Yeah, they probably won't actually strap on the gloves because Elon's mom said no. It was when users outside of the European Union, because none of that round here, partner, start downloading Threads, Meta's new free social media platform from app stores. What is Meta? I don't like Meta. It's like, how many languages do you know? I know German, English, French, Russian, and then a tiny little, well, Japanese a bit, and then a tiny little bit of Chinese, very, very tiny, and an even tinier bit of Arabic. I should get back to that, but, you know. That's my cool flex, but I don't flex about it as much because I'm really not fluent in most of these, not at all. But I can understand some stuff. On Threads, they can share opinions, discuss, like, and comment exactly what they've been doing on Twitter. Some are already expressing their enthusiasm. Can we watch that? You're gonna bring me to Twitter. It's on Twitter, okay? Okay, that's just a countdown. Get the app. It's ominous. Threads from Meta dropping in 2 days and 6 hours. That was a while ago, but it's not dropped in Europe, so I do not care. Interested to see this. Comes at a good time. Twitter's recent treatment of its user makes it worth a look, in my opinion. I agree. However, I'm really happy not to be using the Meta platforms much anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to go back to Meta. I would prefer the Blue Sky idea, but I don't know if we can get everybody on that. It's kind of unlikely. It sounds too techie, probably. Don't know. From what I heard, Threads is just like Twitter, but the current version. So at its worst. Like Twitter, if it had only the For You tab. Oh, I see. Yeah, suboptimal. I mean, that's the thing. It's just gonna be, Musk is gonna make his version. No, here, Zuckerberg is gonna make his version. And it's not gonna be great either. Fucking Instagram. People have been complaining about Instagram a lot when Instagram was still like a thing. When I was on Instagram, a lot of the posts were complaining about the algorithm, complaining about the policies, complaining about the platform, complaining about the changes of the platform. Because he was also changing the platform for the worse, basically constantly. So, like, my hopes aren't really high, but we do need a platform that's accessible to most people, because otherwise it won't have the same sort of societal impact as Twitter does. Musk and Zuckerberg are cyberpunk villains. Yes, with Musk being the lame season 1 villain, but Zuckerberg is the cool season 2/3 villain. Now, it's really heating up now, isn't it? So, yeah, Twitter has been struggling for a while. We know they could use over 3.2 million users by the next year from over 360 million in 2022. Damn, that's a lot. Mannheim-based media scholar Philipp Müller attributes many reasons to Twitter's trouble. Is it in bad taste to read this guy's comment in a German accent? It's Friday Fun Day. Am I allowed? I'm German. Am I allowed? It's so weird to hear about Instagram, right? The last time I heard anybody talk about it was when Reddit was still morbing about it. Been years. Yeah, nobody talks about Instagram much anymore. People still use it. I mean, I don't think it's dying necessarily, but I don't really use it that much anymore. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. So that would make Jeff Bezos, aka Lex Luthor, the season finale villain then. Maybe. Yeah, do it. Read the accent. I'm bad at my German accent though. Musk's political statements, as well as the symbolic reactivation of Donald Trump's account, are red flags to many users and leave them disappointed. True. He is right. Also, the tech billionaires' cost-cutting actions have irritated many. Unpopular measures have included dismissing 80% of Twitter's staff. It's a good recap of what happened because it's not great. Several problems with core functions of the app, obviously. Payment models, Twitter Blue, we hated. Limiting only verified users. Use of TweetDeck, I don't even know what that is. No definition found, we don't know what that is. And of course, yeah, just a few days ago, they capped the number of tweets that you can read for free. 1,000 per day right now for normal people. It's something. Come, Jack. Let me into Blue Sky. Yes, come on. Open up Blue Sky. Quick. You need to do it now that Threads is happening, maybe. This clashes with the fundamental idea of a social media platform, Müller told DW. Yeah, you're right, Müller. Can Threads fill the gap in the market, though? I want to figure out what Threads is all about. Ugh, it's so closely linked to you. Ugh, ew. It's so closely linked to Instagram. I don't like Instagram. Leave me alone. He says Akira, right? You know that it's another TikTok audio where it's like you're trying to think about something and it's like, it's a clip from the movie Akira. Leave me alone. Akira. And it flashes. God, it truly. Yeah. Angela Zecke. I mean, she's also an Aussie, right? That's my only German accent that I can do is like an East-based English-German accent thingy. Yep. Jack is the redeemed villain of the series who regrets betraying everyone by selling out. Leave Akira. Akira is a very good movie. I like it a lot too. That meme is also very good. Hi, Lord Peace. Hello, welcome. So what are you doing? There are a handful of of alternatives to Twitter, such as Mastodon. T2, never heard of it. Blue Sky. I do know Blue Sky. Interesting. Creative or visionary and unconstrained by practicalities. Didn't know that there was a definition for Blue Sky like that. And Trump's notorious Truth Social, of course. However, these platforms have struggled to build a broad user base. True. Probably won't even give Threads a chance because I don't want to deal with Instagram. Same, maybe. I mean, I have an Instagram. It's not like it's not on my phone, so I could, but I can't right now because it's not available in Europe, so actually I can't. Mastodon, for example, is an ad-free, non-profit social network, making it unattractive to advertisers, explains the Mannheim-based expert. Oh, we have more German guy. Let's go. The market has been lacking a large, commercially oriented alternative to Twitter. I don't know how to say Twitter in a German accent. Müller says, this is exactly where Threads has a head start. This is true. That makes a lot of sense. Of course, Threads is going to have the same type of user base as Twitter in the sense that it's going to be everyone. Like, anybody might be active on Threads and not just the weird tech pros who are over on Mastodon or the leftists who are over on Blue Sky. I don't know if that's true. Twitter. Yes, Twitter. Twitter. God, I'm so good at accents. Anyway, Threads is the latest additions to Meta's large app family comprising Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp. I hate that, though. I do hate that. Don't like that a lot. I don't have a Facebook account, don't use it. Same, I mean, Messenger goes hand in hand. And WhatsApp I also have gotten rid of, even though it's very widespread in the Germany. So, you know. I hate the social media monopolies. The internet has gotten so corporate control. Yeah, it's so corporate controlled. That's honestly so true. That the only thing keeping it together is fucking net neutrality. Yeah, the old internet was so much better. It's really sad, man. Can't we go back to the good old times? Not the culture. I don't mean the culture. I just mean like the way it was comprised. That old internet with like forums and whatever weird stuff they had. That was nicer. Anyway, it wasn't so corporate. Yeah. iPhone screenshots. We have keep your username immediately. I hate it. Don't like that. I mean, no. Find your followers. Leave me alone with this fucking Instagram stuff. Leave. Connect over conversation. I mean, that's. I would like. Can I zoom into that? No, I cannot. Can I zoom into that, please? It's maybe not the best image to zoom into, but it does look very much like Twitter. Like, it looks a lot like Twitter. It looks exactly like Twitter, to be fair. And share your point of view. Yeah, sure. Discovered a new coffee shop in my neighborhood. I'm in love. I love these example tweets. They're great. Früher war mehr Lametta. So true, so true. Absolutely true. Just to ask, but what do you mean by old internet? Like, do you mean, like, internet from the 2000s or something? I guess so. 2010s, maybe. It doesn't have to be the 2000s. I mean, I wasn't on the internet back then. 2010s. Whenever I was younger. That was the better internet. I bet it's not just nostalgia. But I honestly think it's not 100% nostalgia. It's a bit of nostalgia for sure, but not 100%. Hi, Shang. Welcome to stream. I missed the under construction gif. Very old internet thing. Don't think I know that one. It's like, leave me alone. Instagram. Truly. I wish for the days when the Nazis didn't go digital and the corpos didn't touch the net. That was a different time, right? Anyway, looks like what you would imagine if I told you that Instagram is making a Twitter clone. Moreover, but I thought at least they're not doing it in-app. At least it's a separate app. I kind of like that. At least it's not actually just another tab for Instagram, because I could have seen that happening. So there's something, I guess. Not sure if I'm allowed to mention without your say so, but it's a G word for someone right now. You mean graduation by that, right? God, being cryptic's sometimes hard. You mean graduation. You can mention it, don't worry. I mean, it's good that you asked though. Yeah, Nina's graduating today. I think that's what you mean, right? Yeah, today is graduation stream time for Nina. Remember when 4chan was actually good and not just chuds? Yeah, I mean, I was never active. Yep, okay, that is what you mean. Okay. Yeah, that is happening today as well. But she told somebody, I think she said it on Twitter, that her VODs are actually going to stay up. So that's a positive thing, right? We thought they were going to get deleted, but only the members-only ones are going to get deleted. And the public VODs are going to be staying up on her channel, as far as I know. So that's nice. So, moreover, the company boasts a huge cash pile, of course, unlike Twitter, which was struggling with financial problems before Musk took charge, even. Threads plans to leverage the popularity of Instagram, which has over 1 billion users. That is a lot. I didn't think there was that many people over there anymore. Instagram users can log into Threads using their existing Instagram accounts and import their entire network of followers on the go, the company said. I see this working out. I do see this working out, and I don't know if I want it to work out. It's my problem. I'll deal with it. No, it's fine. It's okay to be sad about it and everything. You could make some art about it, but you don't want to do it, or not do it because I'd rush it. I don't know. I mean, you can still do it. She's accepting fan mail for like a while longer if you're thinking about doing that. Yeah, basically, because I just recently found out that the three Filipino VTubers I knew of graduated 10 days ago, or for some reason, and I'm mildly sad. Yeah, right, wasn't there... Wait, Filipino VTubers? No, that was something else. Okay, then I probably don't know about that. I still can't believe Pipkin Pippa is still around. That anti-Semite scum just making my skin crawl. Ref 2, though. Yeah, they're indies. They're not gonna get graduated. They can do whatever they want. They don't need to. How are you? I am good, thank you. I'm having a funky Friday, talking about whatever. Whoever, whatever. Well, right now, Threads. Mark Zuckerberg's obstacles. Okay, what does he have to face? What does Müller think about this? Also prompts Müller to doubt whether Instagram is the most suitable to challenge Twitter's dominance. In terms of content, both platforms differ from one another. True. Kind of. That's a long quote to read in a German accent, but I mean, who would do it if not me? On Instagram, there's a lot of positive communication, which is not nearly as political. Twitter, on the other it switches into French sometimes. On the other hand, is a medium for professional communication. Depending on the platform, people arguably follow very different accounts. Müller said. German accent. It's like, I need your expert opinion. What color should the robot's crop hoodie be? Red would be my first idea, because that contrasts nicely against like the bluish, grayish silver of like robots usually, unless the robot's not bluish grayish, then not. But otherwise, red. I'm speaking Discolese. Yeah, they have a lot of accents in there. They do. The Cometa girls. I see. I see. I don't see. I don't know them. But damn, that sucks for you. If you know them, that sucks for you. My condolences. Yeah, I won't leave Twitter until it goes down completely. Yeah, I'll be the violin player in the Titanic. Keep wasting Musk's money till the bitter end, or till I get a Blue Sky invite. Same. Like, I'm gonna stay there. I have a lot of good connections over on Twitter. I don't know if I would get these on Instagram. Instagram is more like for family and friends, and Twitter is for stuff. The robot is red. Well, then it's not gonna be red. If the robot's red, then good question. Damn, red is kind of hard to combine with sometimes, I feel like. If the robot is red, I mean, green would make it look too Christmassy, but green is a good complementary color to red. The robot being red makes this hard. White would work. I'm looking at the YouTube logo right now. White would work. You could do, or like a gray. You could do white gray or something. I mean, press F to pay respects to Cometa. Yes. Imagine me pressing F. I got it. Okay, you got it. Oh, cyan is also good. You could do cyan and white. I mean, there can be two colors in the hoodie. I believe in you. In the past, Meta has tried to imitate popular social media platforms with mixed results. I know. Their Reels. I don't know if Reels is successful. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Sorry for derailing, but today is Fun Day Friday. Don't worry about it at all. I want to be derailed today. We need to be derailed a little bit. Cause there's no thoughts up here. Head empty, no thoughts today. And I'm just gonna keep reading my little article. Meanwhile, they first developed an app named Threads as early as 2019. Oh, really? It was supposed to use to allow users to privately share photos, videos, and messages as on Snapchat, but it flopped. And then they just reused it. That's kind of funny. Reels, the short video format that Meta has launched, inspired by the success of TikTok, is growing steadily. I've heard. I was wondering if that was successful, but I guess it is. This one is the big problem for us, I guess. Then there are regulatory hurdles. Meta has postponed the launch of Threads in the EU due to privacy issues and users' personal information Meta is set to collect on Tuesday next week. Then, I guess, the top EU court last Tuesday. The top EU court sided with Germany's anti-cartel watchdog in an antitrust dispute with Meta. Get fucked, Meta. Bye, Meta. Not allowed into Europe, at least not right now. So funny that Zuck changed the name of his company to Meta, and Meta failed completely, and now the name has no reason to be there. Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna try again with the whole metaverse thing. You found out furiously, Steph. The dear girl graduated from streaming a long time ago. I don't know her either, but yeah, it happens sometimes, right? It's always sad to find out about that sort of stuff. Hello, Spready. We're talking about Threads right now, which is a Twitter alternative? ? But it's not available in the... Oh, this article was originally written in German. Ah, I see. Aha. That's why we have this German professional here. I see, I understand. The most crucial question remains, how will users react? German digital expert Dennis Horn said that people are most prone to switching platforms when their peers do so as well, obviously. So ultimately, the future of Twitter will depend on how many users cling to threads to discuss politics and society. True, true. Will they make the switch or not? That's the big question. I don't want to go to threads. I feel like people who are politically inclined maybe don't want to talk about it. Well, but then again, there is a lot of politics discussion on Facebook, but it's more like the boomer type where they say that vaccines aren't real, as far as what I've heard. So I don't know if that will work. Also, Purple, good luck. I cheer you on in this goal. I can't take a statue profile picture seriously because I immediately think of the look what they took from us, people. Oh no. Oh no. I understand that. I haven't had that much exposure to them as a group yet to have built a prejudice myself, but I can see that. I trust lizard people over Zuck, to be fair. Isn't he one of them though? Well, they're not gonna launch in... Well, are they gonna launch in Europe anytime soon? That's a good question. I can make whatever statements I want to make about threads, saying, oh yeah, I will definitely join, or no, I won't join. Well, I can't join if it's not available in Europe. And I'm, like I said, not gonna use a fucking VPN for this shit. I have a Reddit link. Oh, yes. They didn't discuss this in the article, so it makes sense to open the Reddit link. Amon Animations has revealed that that he is a reptiloid for real. For real. Apparently, there's a plan to integrate threads into the Fediverse. Then, in the future, you won't need a Threads account to read and interact with people in there. Oh! Tenchi doesn't like that for some reason. I don't know what he has against that. But I like the idea of having multiple social media networks feed into one thing, so you can read from multiple networks on like one thing, kinda. You know? The Fetaverse? I love feta cheese. It's my favorite. I just got it for my user. It's very dull though. I imagine there's not that much going on just yet. Maybe it'll get more interesting. The Fetaverse. The Fetaverse. The Fetaverse? The Fediverse. Many Mastodon servers are protesting against this, though. Yeah, I can see that. I also like how I just assumed what this is, because I wasn't previously too knowledgeable about that, but I'm assuming it's like the conglomerate where all of the sites, you can see posts from multiple sites in one. Feta? I prefer halloumi personally. No. Feta is the best. Feta cheese on pasta. It's so good. Feta cheese is the best cheese, and I have no discussions about this. And I can see that Mastodon would not like that at all. No, Mastodon would not. But I feel like that's not a bad idea necessarily, because you don't want to be in an insular little bubble, right? When you go on social media, especially on social media like Twitter, you don't want to be in your own little bubble. Yes, you're always in your bubble a little bit, but you don't want to just isolate yourself from other opinions. That's not the goal of this. So I feel like it might be nice to have access to like the normie social media, like threads. Feta. Peta. Maybe? Mastodon does not like cheese, I see. How could they? Rude. Absolutely rude. Especially, well, I understand not liking cheese, but feta? Feta is the best. Feta is the absolute best. Also, Twitter is threatening to sue Meta over threads. Apparently, here's the letter Twitter sent Meta. Is this real? I guess so. I guess it probably is. I've seen this around a couple of times. This came up when I was looking through the news. I think this was linked on Twitter somewhere. Dear Mr. Zuckerberg, I write on behalf of X Corp as a successor in interest to Twitter Inc. Twitter, based on recent report. I'm not going to read all of this, am I? Meta has hired dozens of former Twitter employees. Oh, they're like, they've been fired. Are they not allowed to hire former Twitter employees? Twitter knows that these employees previously worked at Twitter, that these employees had continued access to Twitter's trade secrets. So, okay, I see what they're trying to accuse Meta of doing. It's like, you scraped our employees off the streets when we kick them out, and we think that that's real rude. You shouldn't do that. Twitter intends to strictly enforce its intellectual property rights. Yep, don't take any of our fucking code or whatever, any of our shitty code. Mastodon the band? No. Kinda harsh to say it, but maybe your brother. You're talking about your brother. Okay, that's your conversation. That's fine. Elon believed that the extra workers would be deleted. He's like, I fired them. Why are they able to go to other companies now? What the fuck is that all about? That's not supposed to be possible. Can we normalize blasting lolicons with Doofenshmirtz-inators? Yeah, absolutely. I'm in favor of doing that. Further, Meta is expressly prohibited from engaging in any crawling or scraping of Twitter's followers or follower data. I don't think they want to do that anyway. Please consider this later a formal notice that Meta must preserve any documents that could be relevant to the dispute. So you actually want to sue, huh? I guess that's a decision that you just made. This is gonna be like a Silicon Valley arbitration thing, where this is going to be an actual employee who took some information to Meta that would have been covered up under an NDA non-compete, but it's wrapped up in a severance package that Elmo welched on and then didn't show up to arbitration when the employee changed it, because Elmo to invalidate any NDA non-compete that might have existed. God, how tasty that was. That was a long sentence, brother. I did not get all of that, I'm gonna be honest. Jesus Christ, you did not use any periods in that sentence. Well, I think the only way to resolve this dispute is getting the CEOs of both companies and putting them into a ring and letting them fight in the Coliseum. Didn't the Coliseum offer for them to fight? Yeah. I guess that's what it's about. Unlikely as non-competes are nearly unenforceable in California as is. Look at that Californian tech law. I definitely know all about that. So maybe they'll sue each other. I don't know. They might sue each other. It's possible. Good luck to neither of them, because I don't care. I don't particularly want either of them to succeed. They both suck, and we need a good alternative to Twitter, but we're never ever gonna get one. I feel like it's so grim, you know. Same thing with streaming platforms. Everybody's complaining. Everybody thinks we need to have a better alternative to these spaces, but then we don't get any. A boxing match would have been the funniest. Let them fight. So true, Joestar. So absolutely true. If you fire someone, isn't that person a non-compete because the clause null and void? Right, you'd assume? But I don't know. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Let's go. Did someone say non-compete? My wife? Screams in racist Vietnamese fascist wife haver. I do not know what that is referencing. Heck yeah. And then we can release a few lions to spice up the fight. I mean, if the fight gets boring, we can put the lions into the Coliseum. My wife. Good old reliable, my wife. I'm in favor of that. I'm in favor. If this ever goes forward, if this whole lawsuit thing ever goes anywhere, I think they should absolutely take it to the Coliseum. You know, one of them should request a trial by combat, and we all know how that goes. It's not like you can just say no. If a trial by combat is requested, you must adhere to that request. I should reread Game of Thrones. Do you think the new Game of Thrones book is ever coming out? Now, this is a question that I have right now. Game of Thrones new book. When? Are there any news? The Winds of Winter. Is that ever coming out? Well, as such, we can expect the book to be released in 2024. Well, I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know about that. No news? No news on this one? Winds of Winter? Absolutely never. I want it to come out at some point. It's like, you don't know about Bosch's drama with tanky YouTuber non-compete? No. I don't think I do. I love just not reading up on anything. Well, I mean, you don't have to. I just when I find a new-ish content creator to watch, I just watch what they're posting now. Unless they're not posting anything, then I have to go back. But I don't read up about it. Write fanfic then, geez. Well, I do. I did back when I was into Game of Thrones, but I would like a new one. I think a new one would be pretty nice. I like how it says followed by a dream of spring. Yeah, when is that gonna come out, huh? It's the planned title of the 7th volume. I see how it is. And maybe George R. R. Martin will be like, the German Zoomer will continue the series and then die. Oh no, me! Not me! Yeah, save yourself. The drama's not worth it. Non-compete is like a tanky and his wife. Now, I've heard something about Luna Oi, though. I've heard something about that on Twitter, but I'll just, you know, I'll not touch it until it becomes pertinent again. If the drama becomes important again, I will just not touch it. In 2363 is when the fucking, the Dream of Spring comes out. I would just like to know what he would do different, you know? From the horrible ending of the show. He could redeem it, I'm sure. I like how he said that the writer's strike won't affect the Winds of Winter. Yeah, of course it's not gonna affect the fucking Winds of Winter. You're not writing anything. The strike is not gonna affect you because you've already not written anything. I understand it takes time, but please. It's been so long, dude. It's been so long. It's been so long. Stannis is the one true king. I don't know what I want to happen. I just want him to write one that's not the show ending. And I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't. I'm sure he wouldn't have it end the way that the show ended, obviously, because nobody liked that. And he didn't write that and all of that. Hi, Angel Tail. We're crying and whining about the fact that George R. R. Martin isn't writing as much as he should be. That's all. I don't even know if Stannis is still alive at this point. Me neither. Me neither. It's been so long since I was in the fandom. I think that was in 2000. For me, that was in 2014 or 15 or something. It's a long time ago. I don't remember all of that. I just remember that I liked it at the time, and then I dropped off before the season finale. And then I, you know, saw what was happening there. Okay. Hi. Hello. How are you? O'Neill. Hello, O'Neill. Honestly, Game of Thrones is fucking mid. Fight me. I'm out doing wash and bad media takes. I really like... Game of Thrones was really good until it wasn't anymore, because the writers of the show are obviously not that competent, I guess. I always fancied that they build a republic and kill all of the nobles. Now that would be something. And then they still die, but at least they're socialists. Right? Let's go. That would be an unexpected development. Stannis is alive in the books right now. Okay. Good. I have the books here at home. I'm pretty sure I still have them. I don't have the first one anymore because I lent it to a friend who never ever gave it back to me, which, by the way, rude. Don't do that. Or whatever. Take Half-Life 3, Winds of Winter, and the One Piece are coming sometime. Sometime. One day they'll come. Well, I only care a little bit about one of those. Not that much. Thanks for the update. Sending solidarity waves. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take it. On the night side. Listening while working. Have a good day at work. We're gonna watch a CNN video, because that's where, like, I saw this news headline and I thought it was not real, frankly. Thought it was not real at first. But people are talking about it. We have a CNN, we have a Washington Post. Are we gonna watch the CNN video first? I guess so. I've never watched a CNN video on stream before. But that was literally the first thing that came up when I clicked on a news headline. Didn't know Google News linked to YouTube videos. Now I know. Did I see the Game of Thrones pitch meeting? No, I don't think I did. Stannis will become king of the pirates. Wait a moment. Wait a second. Hello, you're muted. YouTube video. I remember when the season finale was coming out and everyone around me was like, how come you never watched it? It's the best. You must watch it. And then you could watch as they got sadder and sadder. Yeah, it's the sad truth of it all. So, should we look at like the tweet first maybe before we look at the actual thing? Because somebody tweeted about it. A direct threat. DOJ seeks to keep armed man busted near Obama house in custody. There was an armed man near Obama's house. Apparently, prosecutors also say former President Donald Trump posted Obama's home address on Truth Social, leading armed suspect Taylor Taranto, what a name, that's like a comic book name, to his neighborhood. Holy shit, why would you do that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you ordering hits on former presidents? That is something. And White House had cocaine found in it. I heard about that too. And yeah, no, I thought Chuds were saying that it's his son's. Joe Biden's son. Hunter Biden, there he is. Okay, found him in my brain. Hunter Biden's cocaine was found in the White House, and everybody's like, no, it's not gonna be Hunter Biden's he's not there. Why would it be his? It's something. I live in the US, Trump is the worst. He is true. All I have to say about this is that Trump knows yeah, of course he does. He isn't gonna post his address and be like, whoopsie, I didn't know this would incite violence. Oh, this surprises me a lot. Trump is like, see me criming here. I'm criming right now. Hee hee. Isn't that interesting? Literally, it's like, I'm committing these crimes while I'm being prosecuted for these crimes and these crimes. Oh yeah, I heard about the cocaine thing. Me too. Hunter Biden's cocaine. Hunter Biden's cocaine was in the White House, yes.
A man arrested last week with weapons in the neighborhood of former President Barack Obama here in Washington, D.C. Federal prosecutors say the suspect began
Oh my God. Every time, without fail, they show a picture of one of these guys. Well, is that the best picture that you could get of the guy? For real? Where the fuck? Look at this fucking image. Okay.
Live streaming in that area shortly after he reshared a social media post from the former President Donald Trump, in which Trump posted what he claimed was Obama's address. CNN's Caitlin Polans joins me now.
What type of music do they put in the background of their news over there? Holy shit, it's so distracting. But yeah, this is insane, obviously. Also, that motherfucker looks like he's taking a dick pic right now. He looks like he's in the bathroom somewhere. I don't know. They all look the same. They do. They have a warehouse full of them. They literally do.
Caitlin, so did the former president share something close to the Obama's address?
He purportedly shared an address that put this man inside the perimeter where the Secret Service was protecting in a neighborhood in Washington, D.C. where the Obamas currently live.
So within a few blocks, in other words?
That sounds
it
pretty
appears
bad.
to be in the neighborhood itself, according to the court documents. But what's so concerning about this is that wasn't when this guy got on the radar of investigators.
Yeah, I bet not. You're not gonna be like a normal dude and then just randomly show up armed with assault rifles, I think. Wasn't it? Didn't he have like assault weapons? Which those shouldn't be around for everybody to purchase anyway in America. Just get rid of those first. But like, yeah, you're not gonna randomly show up near a former president's house with assault weapons and not have ever done any fuck shit beforehand. Well, maybe you might not have been caught necessarily, but not surprising, is it? No, Purple. No more. Showed you my dick, please respond. Vibes. Literally. It would make a good meme. I'm not surprised. Trump had nuclear secrets in the toilet. I expect anything from him. Same. Literally, same. Like, 100% same. I remember that that joke that we made 3 Disco Elysium Sundays ago about Zecke snorting coke. I mean, I would be great on coke.
Or federal protection,
We've
the
discussed
FBI. They had
for
been
like 2 seconds and then everything
because
would be bad.
he participated in January 6th, allegedly. There are videos of him. He was posting on YouTube about being an insurrectionist, and then had a series
He was posting on YouTube about being an insurrectionist.
of live streams in the month of June.
Oh, he was a streamer. Oh my god, he's a fucking... Of course he's a streamer, obviously. Trump wiped his butt with nuclear documents. With the nuclear codes. Confirmed, literally. Of course he was a putschist. Yeah, literally. Like, of course. Naturally he was at January 6th. Where else should he have been? Obviously. Let's snort coke together. Half joking.
Where he's talking about
bad.
January 6th, his participation, as well as saying threatening things, like he wanted to blow up his car outside of a federal building the day before he goes to this neighborhood in Washington, D.C.
And he's just allowed to walk around like that, huh? He's just allowed to be out there. He tweets or posts or live streams Probably on Truth Social. Does Truth Social have a live streaming thing? No, on Rumble probably, right? That's probably where he live streams. Jesus Christ.
There was also another incident
Slash
where he was live
serious
streaming
purple.
himself,
No.
talking about January 6th inside of an elementary school in Maryland. And so all of this comes together, and on a live stream, the feds watch him walk through the neighborhood. He's streaming. He's saying he has them surrounded, presumably the Obamas.
He has them surrounded. Brother, you can't surround somebody if you're one guy. It doesn't work.
And then he takes off on foot. They finally arrest him in a wooded area very nearby.
Okay. Hold that thought for a moment, because I know you have new reporting as well on the indictment against former President Trump.
That's something. That's something. This is the anti-Hassan. Oh my God. Yes, Rumble. No, Victor. Stop.
And that there might be a more detailed, or less, I should say, redacted version of that indictment coming out?
Yeah, so we're waiting to see if there are more details about what
Isabel, no, YouTube, we're not gonna do that. YouTube, no, we wouldn't. Maybe he knows how to do that. Maybe. Don't know how to say that in English, so yes. What the hell is Rumble? It's a streaming service? No, streaming website where you can stream. Streaming services are like HBO and Netflix and stuff, but it's a site where you can stream like Twitch, but worse. Much worse.
Of the investigation that led to this indictment. So back whenever the FBI did that search of Mar-a-Lago last year, they had to submit a pretty detailed affidavit in court saying this is why we believe we will find evidence inside Mar-a-Lago. After that search, we got a version of that court document that had a lot of redactions in it. But now that Trump has been indicted, CNN, other media outlets went back to court and says, can you give us another version with fewer redactions now that we see the indictment? And so a judge has told the Justice Department, we are going to get to see another version of that paper.
Notable. Okay, we'll learn more there. I do want to go back and bring in CNN National Security Analyst and former Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security, Julia Keim, on the question here of a former president sharing what turned out not to be the exact address of the...
Yeah, well, it wasn't the exact address, so he should be fine. He shouldn't face any consequences for that. It was just a little prank. We should investigate that. Did Trump tweet on Truth Social? Or, well, you wouldn't tweet. What do you do on Truth Social? Do you truth? Did he truth on Truth Social that it was just a prank, bro? Because then he is legally absolved. And we should recognize that, I think. What is Rumble is my favorite punchline, though.
The Obamas here in Washington, but at least in the neighborhood, put this suspect in the neighborhood there. And the suspect...
We don't condone irresponsible drug use. Exactly. A little gamer moment. It was just a little gamer moment. Let him be. Truthed all over the place. Truthed all over the desk and the fucking chair. It was horrible.
Considered enough of a threat that he was taken in by Secret Service protecting the former president. Yeah. Is that a dangerous thing for a former president to do, to share with his followers that information?
I like how she's like, well, yes, obviously.
When I heard this story, I was thinking about, the moments after President Biden became president, he denied Donald Trump access to present national security briefings, and now I think it was prescient. Forget Mar-a-Lago and the classified information he took. Donald Trump, as I've been saying for many years, knows exactly what he is doing. He puts out.
I think so too. I don't think he tweets. Again, it's not a fucking tweet. I don't think he truths that out on accident. It's not gonna happen. I tell truth. No, Isabel, no. YouTube, we condone responsible drug use between consenting adults, of course. Yeah, like drug use as in take your medication. That type of drug use is recommended even.
Out what's allegedly an address or something close, as Caitlin's describing, is in the neighborhood. That's close enough for me, and it certainly will be close enough for the Secret Service. He is not doing that for neighborly brotherhood. He is doing that because his followers will do something with it. Most will ignore it. Most Trump supporters do not support violence, but he knows that there's some group of them that will do something. And Trump can claim plausible deniability. He can claim, I was just putting this out there. Why is everyone taking everything so seriously?
What possible reason could you have to put this out there, though? Like, what actually would you claim for plausible deniability? Like, oh, I was just tweeting about locations for fun, randomly, just for fun. Huh? What is the excuse gonna be? I really don't understand. This falls under stochastic terrorism. This is literally a big deal, isn't it? It's like realizing how chaotic I make stream after being absent for so long. Oh God, she's back. Stop. Yeah. Yes, my medication, my green leafy medicine, and dark brown medicine, water. Well. Green leafy medicine can be good medicine, though, right?
Seriously, but we got 7 years of evidence of him doing this, and yet he did it again against a former president. and not surprising that the person who took the bait is someone who also followed him on January 6th.
So let me ask you a bigger picture so folks at home and can understand the seriousness of this. There is a deep problem with right-wing extremism in this country. In fact, the FBI, not just under this administration, but the previous one, has identified right-wing extremism as the greatest domestic terror threat, outpacing even international terrorist groups.
Think about that, but they won't. But they don't think about that. People, fucking chuds in America will hear this and it'll go in one ear and out the other. They don't give a single fuck. Like, they will complain about terrorists, but what? Us? We're not terrorists. We're protecting the country. Our former president, maybe still president, because of course the election was stolen and Biden isn't actually president. Actually, it's still Donald Trump. Our guy, he's protecting the country. He would never do a terrorism bad. Obviously. Now, why would Trump post that fucking address? It's so hypocritical. It's actually crazy. Literally, the only defense that could possibly be used is either oopsie daisy or Your Honor, I was just doing a little trolling. I don't know how he could possibly explain that. He would probably just not explain it a lot. Say something like, I was posting the address. I did post that, yeah, but there was no reason behind it, and just not give any reason, because, like, what else are you gonna, what else would it be? This was gonna be a place where I was gonna be, that was a place where I was at, maybe? I don't even understand. Just a little trolling, bro. Judge, Mr. Trump, you nearly got an honored former president assassinated, but it was just a little bit of trolling, actually. You don't just post somebody's, well, it wasn't his exact address, but still, 100%, especially as Trump knows the amount of influence he has, 100%. There's no way to, like, logically actually deny what he was doing, but he's gonna try and find a way, I'm sure. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen with this. Are they gonna open a case against him, or is this just gonna kind of, like, evaporate into nothingness? I don't know. Trump really replied to Obama with that one meme where MCU Spider-Man gets doxxed. For real. You can't just dox former presidents, dude. Are you saying he shouldn't post the address? Are you against freedom of speech? Zecke? Yes, I am. Yes, I am against freedom of speech. No more. This feels like an AI president short. Yeah, like, Obama, I doxed you. I don't have a Donald Trump impression, by the way. Oh, God. If we're gonna be covering the election, should I work on a Donald Trump impression? I don't think I have the capabilities for that. Freedom's
so you have a former president sharing
speech,
information
please
that someone in one of those groups might then use.
Actually, I'm from Germany. We don't have freedom of speech. Obviously.
If you were looking at this from your former perch at the Department of Homeland Security, would you consider that person, in this case the former president, as aiding and abetting a threat by doing that?
Aiding and abetting would be hard because I think Trump could say, I wasn't directing them towards something. But what you could look to for Trump is a sense of sort of assisting this environment. And the solution may not be a legal prosecution. That's different than, say, January 6th, where there might be evidence of sort of a direct involvement with the violence. In this case...
Yeah, true. Like, he hasn't faced consequences for January 6th either, so... Well, he did. He got impeached. Right? That did happen. That was because of January 6th. But it feels like there's no consequences because nothing much happened with it. Trump needs to get the CIA secret technique done on him. I mean, maybe that would help the country a little bit. I don't know how that would affect things. I'm not saying anything should or shouldn't happen there. Don't you hate it when your computer comes alive and posts the information of the former president? And now that's a good excuse, too. It's like, well, it was on my computer or my phone. I don't even know if Trump has I'm sure he has a computer, but he's always on his phone, I'm sure. So, like, my phone slipped out of my hand and it autocorrected the jumble of letters to this address. I don't know what this address is. It just autocorrected that. So sorry. Send Trump to the contraption. It's time. It is time for the contraption. It literally is. Imagine if that wasn't Trump and just some random guy pretending. Now this is conspiracy head. Now we can get somewhere.
What it takes from a sort of counterterrorism perspective, because I view this in that lens, that you have someone who's inciting violence against democratic institutions and against our democracy. You do the things that are being done. These prosecutions are significant, even against the guys who were at January 6th, the low-level guys. You put people in jail because it makes it harder for there to be recruitment and fundraising. But also the thing that's not happening enough, and I can't say it enough, which is there has to be a certain amount of shaming of what Trump is doing by his people.
Yeah, they should totally condemn it, but they would never ever do that. Also, it was Hunter Biden is the best take. We should blame it on Hunter Biden. It was Hunter Biden's, that's what did it. It was Hunter Biden's fault. Maybe Trump he's just a silly little guy, silly little senile little guy, and it happens. Sometimes you just accidentally butt dial Obama's address into Truth Social and truth it all over the place. My greasy fat fucking Cheeto fingers, they slipped, I have a film on my phone, it just kind of types by itself. I don't really have to do anything, yeah? Hunter Biden was such a frat guy. Hunter Biden looks cool. I don't know shit about Hunter Biden aside from that, everybody wants to see his cock. That's the only thing I know. But he looks cool. He looks like he parties, but not in a good way. Oh no, really? Oh no. Don't know what he did. Mr. Judge, I'm actually just a little goofy goober. Mr. Judge, I'm sorry. You cannot. No. Conservatives really like his dong. That is what I know. Well, Hunter does coke. I do know that. Which, go on, little rock star. I mean, it doesn't hurt anybody else if he does coke, I think. He can do that if he wants. Halli-hallo, Seppo. We're talking about Trump posting, not the exact address, but close enough to former President Obama's house. Hunter does crack as well. Let's go. Let's go, little rock star. I'm a Hunter Biden fan now. After knowing this information, I am a fan. Hunter's actually a Giga Chat. He just has a little drug problem, but he's okay everywhere else. All right. He gives good vibes. I don't know much about him, but yeah.
And that's what
Let's
you
finish
don't
this
see
video
right now from the Republican Party. You see some of it, and it's important. That will go very far to say, as we've seen in other instances where a party basically abandons a president, that this is not sustainable. This is not reflective of who we are. And unfortunately, we're not seeing that enough.
They don't do that much.
Establishing here the degree of the former president's help here, as it were. No one seems to be debating the degree to which the former president is discouraging this kind of anger, and in this case, sharing information that someone with that kind of anger might use. Julia Kaim, I know we're going to continue this conversation, sadly. It's good to have you on.
Yeah. That fucking happened. And I mean, people on the Republican side of things have been a little bit more dismissive of Trump, I think, ever since the whole, Mar-a-Lago thing started happening and all that. That's a good thumbnail, by the way. I still have to make a thumbnail for my France video. I like this one. Maybe I should take inspiration from this one. Anyway, it's a good thumbnail. I like the little fade of the flag and everything in front of behind the fire. People have been a little bit more critical, but I feel like the mass Trump supporters are still standing behind him even after all this shit that he did, which is completely incomprehensible to me, but all right. Hunter actually once vented about how he wished his dick was smaller. Oh my god. Absolute Giga Chat behavior. I can't believe this. We need sustainable cocaine. Support local farmers. Cocaine is not... I don't think that's how cocaine works, but fair enough. So yeah, that's what Trump did this week, I guess. Just likes to add crimes to his docket. Is this the weapon that he used? Prosecutors say this gun was recovered from Taylor Taranto, again, comic book name, Taylor Taranto's van the day he was arrested near former President Barack Obama's house in D.C. Yeah, it's apparently an assault rifle, I think. I don't know shit about guns. I can see this, and this tells me absolutely zero. Why is there a zip tie on it? I don't know. But I heard it was an assault rifle. All politicians should get force-fed cocaine. It would be funny. They would work better. It would be so funny. It looks like a toy gun in the picture, doesn't it? Well, the picture quality is also extremely bad. Yeah, it'll bring, that they will bring unspecified felony charges as soon as possible against a man who was arrested last week with guns, plural, near former President Barack Obama's house in Washington. Taylor fucking Taranto. What a name. A defendant in the January 6th riot at the US Capitol. Yep, that's him, was in the neighborhood hours after the former president Donald Trump shared Obama's address on social media. As you do. I mean, what else are you gonna do? If you're a former president, happens all the time. You just share addresses of other former presidents because you're all friends and you just wanna have like some fans show up. That's the only reason. No bad intentions whatsoever. Taylor Taranto is definitely a Spider-Verse character, right? Like, that fucking name? You must be kidding me. The Virgin Donald Jr. versus Chad Hunter Biden. So true. I mean, his name is Hunter. It's a very popular name in the US. I've heard, but it's more like an imported gun from China. I can't even say China the way that Donald Trump says China. I really should work on a Trump impression, maybe. So, that is happening. I don't want to read through the entire thing. Taranto allegedly recorded himself saying he was looking for entrance points and tunnels underneath their houses. I'm sure that happens. Taylor Tarantula, Spider-Sona right there. Yeah, a horrible Spider-Sona. You're right. It's real. Referring to Obama's and the Podesta's house, an apparent reference to lobbyist Tony Podesta, who recently listed a home nearby for sale and repeatedly stated that he was trying to get a shot and a good angle on a shot. Well, okay, this guy is never leaving jail ever again. That's pretty clear. China. He says it like that, right? China. It's weird. I wouldn't say Hunter was a Chad. He was charged for federal charges, but they're all drugs, right? They're all drug charges. I don't really give a shit about drug charges. It's not good for you personally to do drugs, but that's the main person who it affects usually. Well, you and your family, but like, I'm not gonna be concerned if some rando does drugs and gets charged for that, unless, of course, like, I don't know, maybe, like I said, maybe he did something else that's very bad, but oh no, the return of the slippery phones. Oh no. Honestly, that's what Donald Trump should do too. The next time his phone slips from his greasy fingers.
Oh no, my cell phone fell down.
Exactly. He should just donate like half of his money to Zecke channel on accident. I think that's a great idea. Thank you very much, Victor. I appreciate it. I just hope he gets the help he needs. Yeah, right? Like, I don't care if you're a criminal unless you hurt people, right? I think you can have a drug problem. That's just a bummer for you, and I hope you, like, you know, recover and stuff, but I don't think less of people who have, like, criminal charges for drug-related crimes for the most part. Not even, like, even selling them, I feel like, yeah, that's perpetuating the drug trade and all of that sort of stuff, but usually people who get busted for selling drugs are not, like, top of the drug trade, administering everything, the head of the whole operation. Nah, it's just like teenagers who try to get by or something. What's your phone made? What's your phone? Oh no, it tumbled. I want Donald Trump's phone to tumble while he watches my streams, because he does. I know that. He does do that. He hate watches me. Like on the toilet it slips and he accidentally sends like 2 or 3 red super chats and my, you know, all of my bills are paid. Oh no, it's happening again. It's an epidemic. It is an epidemic. Thankfully, you don't have the president's address. Otherwise, he would have put that in the super chat. Now, that would have been embarrassing. I would have had to take the stream down. Truly.
Nagopo. Phone slipped down. Super chat time tilde.
It happens. Thank you very much. I appreciate the slippery phones. I love how that's just a thing now. I had to edit around that when I edited the Kershaw video. I did that yesterday as well. And I saw that again. It's cute. The drug war is fucking dumb. It is. It's criminalizing things that should be like medically treated. It's just stop. No, it is an epidemic. Oh boy, the epidemic is back, and this is my favorite epidemic.
My phone fell too. It really is an epidemic.
Yes, it is. You're so right, Warren. Thank you. Thank you for your slippery phones. I will catch them all and hand them back to you without any cracks. That's my promise to you, the Tomodogian people. Now keyboards are slipping. It's dangerous. It is dangerous. Hold on to your phones and to your keyboards and to all of that. Thank you. I appreciate it. You found out what gun was in the picture. It's called CZ Scorpion Evo 3. Jesus. CZ Scorpion Evo 3. Oh. Half automatic, I guess. Damn. That looks Yeah, it sure is a gun. That sure is a gun. Drug war in 2200, where pharmacists compete against each other. That's the future. That's the future that I want. That is, yeah, half automatic, I think it said. Is that an assault rifle? I saw that somebody claimed it was an assault rifle. I saw that somewhere on one of these articles. I don't really know what classifies as what. Guns are very far from my expertise, once again. I don't know shit about guns. I just think you shouldn't get them that easily. That's my stance on guns. Thankfully I'm back home, so Chaotic Kitty can't send super chats anymore, but Slippery Phone though? Dangerous. Chaotic Kitty you told me Chaotic Kitty wanted to report my streams always, so I'm also glad that you're not there, because otherwise she's gonna report the stream again. Not that she actually ever did that, but that would be bad. Don't do that. Hello. We are now moving on to the next segment, which is what the fuck is the LGBA and why was it trending on Twitter? Well, I have a pink news story for you. The LGBA is the LGB Alliance, by the way. It stands for Alliance. The A is, that's what that stands for. And you would be surprised, they're actually not cool. They're very bad. The LGB Alliance, so like lesbian, gay, bi, not the trans people. No, we don't want anything to do with them or any of the other people who fall under the usual LGBTQ plus. Sometimes there's an I in there. Umbrella, none of that. Only the traditional ones. I wish I had this one meme that is always accompanying tweets like this, but, you know. They're TERF scum. That's exactly who they are. LGBA, fuck them. Exactly. Fuck them right now. New Zecke super chat donation, bunker culture unlocked, truly. Like blue toilet RTA super chat from Kason and poop super chat from Aruran. Ah, I see. Look at all of the super chat culture is slippery phone culture right now. The LGB Alliance is TERF scum. They are. Of course, is this a UK thing? I guess it's is it a UK thing? It says UK.
Phone slipped out me hand. Help.
Ah, phone slipped. Wait. I caught it. That was my the action move. Caught the phone. Here, I'll hand it back to you. Turf shit scum cunt fucker. I bet that got censored for the normal chat, but I see you. But hey, they didn't get any W's, even though they like to claim to. On Twitter it was trending because the TERFs were like celebrating a big W, when actually it's not that big of a W. As this headline states, LGB Alliance retains charity status on a technicality. That doesn't mean it won. It's not a W. Oh my god.
Oh, my foot.
Oh, my foot. Yay, look, it's the first one. They have such cute little animations for that. Well, I hate it though. When your phone drops on your foot, that fucking hurts. Also, thank you. I appreciate the supers. When your phone drops on your foot, that's fucking painful, dude. That's happened to me before. Like, when you drop something, anything, not just your phone, I mean, either you can catch it or it's like something dangerous and then you just jump back in order to not have it hit your feet because, oh boy, the pain? No, thank you. No more, please. I like those flag combinations. Let's go. Raise those flags high. The LGB Alliance will remain a charity after a tribunal dismissed a legal challenge to its status, but the ruling was far from a win for the anti-trans group, because that's what they are. They are posing to be a charity for LGB issues, but who in their right mind takes out a part of the acronym and expects you to think, oh yeah, no, we're just doing that because we're going extra hard for the L, the G, and the B, and it's not totally just to be an anti-trans group or anything like that. Nah, us, I think they're pretty mask off about it too, though, usually, actually. Once a knife fell out of my hand, blade down, yeah, same, that's when I jump back. I'm like, oh god, I can't catch that, because probably shouldn't, so I won't. And also, if my feet get in contact with that would be very bad. I came back, and oh my god, not these fuckers. Yep, it's these fuckers' time. My phone is so bulky, I'd rather kick my phone to something soft rather than let it hit my foot. Yes, no, I don't want, like, my phone is not even that bulky, but still, if it lands with the edge on your foot, ooh, that hurts. Is this the same LGBT group that is mostly straight men? Yes, I think it is. Well, we'll see how much they write about, like, them as a general group, though. A tribunal dismissed a challenge to the LGB Alliance's charitable status on Thursday, July 6th, that was yesterday, brought by trans youth charity Mermaids and supported by the coalition of LGBTQ plus groups. Mermaids argued the group shouldn't be recognized as a charity because it exclusively focuses on the anti-trans campaigning and not on the promotion of lesbian, gay, and bisexual rights. Literally, false advertisement in their fucking thing. Oh, look. Look at that. When you highlight the text, it becomes a rainbow. Holy shit. How can I code this into every website in existence? That's so cool. What the fuck? But yeah, they're absolute assholes. Oh, look, there's the little communism and anarchism symbol thingies. These are people that are literally picking a fight against a trans-dimensional community. How could they do that? Also, look at this highlighting. It does a rainbow. That's crazy. Also, this is just the same thing. Maybe I do need to find the tweet, but I don't know how to Google this fucking image. You know the image. Wait, I can illustrate it for you. Paint online. I'm gonna be XQC for a second. Don't mind me. Is this a good paint online? Yes, it is. I'm gonna be XQC for a minute, okay? XQC likes to paint on his streams, right? So this is a tree, right? And then there's, oh boy, this is gonna be rough, by the way. I'm on mouse, obviously. So this is somebody. This is a person. The person is sitting on a tree, and there's this is a saw, you know? I'm like, I could find this image, but I could also just draw it again, but worse for you. There you go. And this is more tree. There's branch of tree, as you can see. That's George Washington. That's a spitting image of George Washington. Fuck, now I need an eraser because I need another person to sit here, obviously. So they're there, and then there's another person. That person is a bit too small, maybe. This person's like, huh? Why are you doing this to me, buddy? That's kind of rude. Can you stop? They're holding on. There you go. Look at those legs. Legs for days. It's a good image. I think it's Bart. Oh yeah, it might be Bart sawing off the branch that he's like sitting on, but it's like I saw another one that's like a comic with like 3 people, and then there's also another person who's I will title these people soon. Don't worry. There's another person who's actually sawing off the entire branch right now as we speak. And that's exactly what the LGB people are doing. This is LG, oh boy. B. Yup, and this is the T and plus. They look like a fucking T-Mobile. That's the T plus. Oh yeah, it's this one. Oh hey Ronnie, how are you? Welcome. I didn't even notice. You came in. Hi, how are you? And this is, I don't know, conservatives. This is the anti-crowd. And they're sewing off the entire branch. This is what the fucking LGBA is doing. They're like, okay, if we get rid of you, then we're gonna remain on the tree and we're gonna be good and we're gonna have a good time. I'm good, I was looking. Let's go. Hello, nice to see you. I hope you're having a good day. But actually, the conservatives it's so conserve. The conservatives they don't give a shit. They want to get rid of all of you. It starts they will support you as long as you're working on this little project, but as soon as you're done with this, as soon as this tie is absolutely severed, they're going to start working on their own little project, okay? Like, they don't want you around either. Yeah. Because it's just, first of all, it's dumb. Second of all, of course, they're just pretending. Most of them aren't even L, G, or B. They're none of those. They're just pretending to be in order to get, like, a better standing or whatever. But it's dumb because some people actually are L, G, or B. And I'm truly spilling the tea. I truly am. And they don't realize that this is what they're doing. This is what's happening. Anyway, back to the article with the cool highlights. It highlights in rainbow. It's amazing. There are a few things that make me angrier than class. Yeah, there are a few things that make me angrier than class traders. That makes sense. Yeah, the LGB is making me lose brain cells as well. Because, you know, they're not a charity. They're exclusively focusing on anti-trans campaigning. Obviously, they shouldn't be recognized as a charity. The tribunal declined to consider this argument, as it found Mermaids does not have legal standing to challenge the charity's commission's decision to recognize the LGB Alliance. And that is what the LGB Alliance people are celebrating on Twitter. Like, oh, your case got thrown out, but it got thrown out on a technicality. It's because one charity cannot question the status of another charity. It's not because you're in the right. The thing didn't even go that far. Nobody looked into it that far. And people are celebrating this, even though they're literally just a hate group. And this got thrown out on a technicality alone. To celebrate something like that is absolutely brainless, because it's not a victory for you. It is literally just a technicality. Yeah, there are no winners in this specific court thing either, right? Like, because it didn't happen. Though it may be painted as such, the ruling is not a win or a vindication for the LGB Alliance. The gender-critical group escaped judgment on a technicality. In its ruling, the tribunal stated, "Hello, type," that its two-person panel was split on the issue of whether the LGB Alliance is rightfully a charity. Why do you have two people on your panel? Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's normal. Two people! Shouldn't you have like a few more? It declined to make a hypothetical conclusion on the issue. Yeah, it would be hypothetical anyway, because it can't go to trial like this. Somebody, I don't know who needs to accuse, like, who needs to go to, like, trial with them or whatever to make this actually happen, to make this trial actually take place, but it's not going to be another charity group, apparently. Yeah. The AfD is doing the same with the Heizungsgesetz. Rechte lügen halt immer. It's true. Like, reactionary right-wingers will just bend the truth in ways that suit them. And they don't really give a shit about it. And their followers don't give a shit about it either. That's the thing. If like, Democrats, like, if we put it in an American lens, if Democrats lie, their followers, the people who vote Democrats, will call them out on it. Because they nitpick. They're not, like, blindly following the decisions that the Democrats make for the most part, right? We're generalizing here. But if reactionary Republicans do the same thing, their followers are fine with that for the most part. They usually don't call out that shit because they just vibe with it, I guess. They just vibe with the lies. You know, as long as it suits their cause, they're fine with it. Meanwhile, the left is a lot more critical on that side. Just saw a road accident on the way home. Oh my god. Ooh, that sounds grisly. Decided to just bop with Bakemonogatari OST. Just move on. I mean, you can't help it anyway. Just hope that nobody died. Hope that things are as good as they can be for something like that. The tribunal also noted that the Charity Commission was seen to have concerns regarding the LGB Alliance going beyond the boundaries of civilized debate, I bet, and said these concerns were well-founded. Yeah, I bet. These people are literally a hate group, after all. Yeah, their followers, they want to be lied to, but, oh, what... Aber wer ein Liberaler macht etwas. Yeah, for real. They will. It's like, oh, our side? No. Our side stands for the things that we believe in, so we support that. The other side did something bad, I will scrutinize that forever. It makes sense, but it is, you know, dumb. For now, the LGB Alliance will continue to operate in the same manner, but the case has brought important scrutiny to the group and seems likely to inspire a broader push for change. Well, we can hope so, right? It's sad when you fail so many times that is considered some amazing win, right? It's like, if this is your W, I don't want to see what your L's look like. They're gonna be catastrophic, dude. Conservatives see their party like a football team. So it's very true. It's all about winning, no matter how. Meanwhile, the left is very, very different about it. Why? That's also why the left, you know, it's a big spectrum of people, but that's why the left is not they don't have as easy of a time. Hasserfüllte Parasiten, true, hateful parasites. They are bending the truth. Now, I know why Trump called his platform Truth Social. It's just like a truth adjacent thing. Yes. Hello, Thal. How are you? Us versus them mentality is making society hard as well. Yeah, that is true. I understand what. Yeah, I understand that, especially when it's not like necessary. Like, right-wing reactionaries will position themselves against people who don't pose a threat in any way whatsoever, just in an imagined ideological way. They pose a threat, and that's why right-wing reactionaries stand up and oppose them vehemently. Meanwhile, this whole danger that they perceive to be present isn't real. It's all in their head. Yeah. Social alludes to social circle, and circle cannot be a straight line. It's made of curves. How to make a curve from a straight line to bend it? Hence, we get the bending of truth. Hence, we get truth social. Warren, you cracked the code. You cracked the code. Let's go. SNP MP John Nicholson, yes, who gave evidence during the tribunal hearing, told Pink News that the judge ruled that charities can't challenge other charities' status, which shows that we need a change in the law. Yeah, like who can challenge other charities' status then? Like, who is the one to do that? I don't know. I bet John Nicholson might know. The sinister so-called LGB alliance should never have been granted charitable status, and the judges have been brutal about it, he said. They've highlighted the abuse the alliance sent online, and they've highlighted the way in which the alliance targets trans people, especially young trans people. It's a thorough, disreputable organization. So they're clearly not in favor of them, and somehow the LGB alliance is twisting this into a W. Wow, for themselves. That is something. Yeah, people are holding on to the old ways too much, and they don't want progress in any way, and that's very frustrating. It is very frustrating. They're scared of progress because it's different. Very, very simple thing. You'd think you'd get over it, but no. America's prime for reactionary brainwashing. Hell, explaining trans issues to them is like explaining advanced calculus to a 5-year-old, which is obviously super hard to empathize with for anybody in like our circles, in circles that are more progressive, because it's not that difficult. It's so hard to understand why it's that difficult to grasp for people. The real parallel worlds are right wingers. They live in their own little like delusional world. It's literally true. Yeah. I heard that Threads is already censoring channels and posts too. Oh my god, really already? Jesus. Yeah, we talked about Threads earlier. I mean, all of Europe is censored in the sense that they can't be in Europe yet, so. Yeah, Threads wants to also collect a lot of user data, which the EU doesn't want, and so, you know, it's a meta company. It's a meta company, I'm not surprised. It probably won't be as great. People outside the US have no fucking idea how stupid we actually are. Well, we do make a lot of jokes about it. It is a common thing to joke about. This is John Nicholson, who we heard quoted earlier. I was called as a witness in the case brought by the mermaids against the so-called LGB alliance. Judges have ruled mermaids don't have the right to challenge LGBA's charitable status, but judges were damning about the sinister alliance and its activity, including online abuse. We have a couple of pictures from there. Facebook versus Deutscher Datenschutz, an endless battle. Okay, that's a bit long, maybe. I don't think I want to read all that, but I bet it's good. I bet it's good for us. It's been this is a lot of text though. I read a follow-up article saying that this case was filed 2 years ago and the judgment was handed recently. An LGBT alliance retains its charity status on a technicality, but that doesn't mean that it won. Yes. We'll see when it was. I don't know if they are going to mention when it was actually filed. Maybe it only came, you know, to be decided upon today. Well, that's something, huh? God, it takes so long for anything to happen in the fucking legal system. When Mermaids was unsuccessful in its challenge, it said that it was glad to have been able to shine a light on harmful nature of LGBA's activities and the need for ongoing scrutiny. I think that's pretty good. judges opted not to provide their views on whether or not the LGBA Alliance should have a charity status, but did mention that one judge was for it and one was against it. Yep, so we've heard. The LGBA Alliance has been labeled a far-right hate group in Ireland, though. Common Ireland W. Look at that. It's another Ireland W. I'm not surprised. Let's go Ireland. Which we believe to be accurate, and the UK has shown itself to be incompetent in not following this example, the group wrote. Yeah, like, if Ireland got it, I think you should be able to get it as well. An unfathomable amount of individuals and organizations have lodged complaints with the Charity Commission regarding the LGBA Alliance's repeated harmful and dangerous behavior, so we believe that they have failed to do their due diligence in reviewing these complaints. True. It's literally just a failure of the fucking British system, Charity Commission system, I suppose. That's not, in no way is that a W for the fucking LGBA Alliance. That's just an L for the UK, which, you know, happens a lot. Whilst it is an important issue that a hate group has charity status, we also believe that our time, energy, and resources are better spent addressing the more pressing issues facing the trans community day to day, such as inaccessible healthcare. I see. Is that from this Twitter thread? Or something else? I understand, yeah. Like, it's annoying. It's annoying, obviously, that it's bad that they have their charity status, and maybe some people, maybe it's more than annoying. It is a pressing issue, I think, to a certain degree. But of course, there are always more pressing issues. Inaccessible healthcare should be taken care of with like a higher priority than this group. But this group can still be very harmful if they remain in the status that they are in the UK, I think. Well, Trans Safety Network, a grassroots group that monitors attacks on trans community, including those perpetuated by the LGBA, said it's closely monitoring the evolving legal situation for trans people in the United Kingdom, including the state protection of tax benefits for trans rights abusers. There are a number of harmful anti-trans organizations, including those which promote conversion therapy and psychological abuse of trans people, which have charitable status. A spokesperson says, charitable status doesn't in itself justify the legitimacy of a given organization's mission. It sure does not. We will be publishing a more thorough legal comment on the implications of the ruling when the time allows. Well, we'll see. Common British L. It really is. It's a common British L. Very sad. Sad times. LGBA Alliance has a damning history of attacking the trans community and advocates for trans rights and advocates. That's okay. See, that's a thing that I like about German, but only right now in this second, and usually not. If in German something is a noun, it is capitalized in a sentence, because this one is advocates, but it's also advocates. It's two. One is a noun, one is a verb, and in German this one would be capitalized, so I would know that it's a noun. But in English it's not. But I prefer that, usually I prefer that, because I don't have to care about capitalization if I write in English. So it's a lot easier for me. Anyway. It's kind of hard to categorize a charity, isn't it? At its heart, be charitable. That's a rough definition, I suppose. The LGBA Alliance was founded in 2019 to oppose what it calls gender ideology. Yeah, that's not charity. That's an opposition, isn't it? I'm against capitalism, so small letters. Small letters only. No, same though. It's a lot easier to write. But in this instance, right now, that would have helped me for like a second. Today I learned something about the German language. Yes, for you, a little fact. We capitalize our nouns. Which is annoying, because I forget a lot. Always got a lot of, always had to go through my text for school and correct all of that, because, oh boy, I forget to capitalize so many of these fucking nouns all of the time. Don't have to do that in English. I think it also looks nicer. To be honest, it looks nicer if you capitalize your nouns, but, you know, that's like a vanity thing. I do prefer not capitalizing my nouns, because it's just simpler. The more you know. The LGB are the type of people to get money from Dubai to oppress trans people. Literally, though. Literally. Founder Beth Jackson said in 2020 that she was building an organization to challenge the dominance of those who promote the damaging theory of gender identity. You guys are insane. Capital nouns are so majestic, though. They are pretty. It's pretty. It does look pretty. It is a little bit of a pain. The organization has similarly used anti-trans dog whistles while claims. What? Sometimes I read too fast and then I fuck myself over with that. The organization has similarly used anti-trans dog whistle claims that LGBT people's interests are under threat by alleged confusion between biological sex and the notion of gender. Okay, maybe I just don't understand this paragraph exactly. But yeah, obviously nobody's under threat by trans people. I mean, we know that, they don't, but we understand this. The group, which has its offices located in London's 55... okay, thank you for the address. 55 Tufton Street, an infamous epicenter of right-wing lobby groups and pro-Brexit think tanks, denies that it is transphobic. Curious. Interesting. I'll tweet one single exclamation mark under this sentence. Interesting. But queer rights activists, LGBTQ plus organizations, political figures, and more have called it a hate group. Because it sure seems to be a hate group. Sure seems to be one. Yeah, I mean, look at the fucking statements that they make. Look at this and tell me it is not a hate group. I mean, I think we all can agree that it most certainly is. But who the fuck is arguing in favor of them being a charity? Well, no one, because it just didn't go to trial. The one of the two people on the one panel thought so, apparently, but didn't talk about it either. Translation is blah blah, sex existentialism, and throwing our own under the bus with hate and stereotypes. Assholes deny they are assholes. Breaking news. Assholes say they're not assholes while acting like assholes. The LGB Alliance has referred to trans women as male-identifying females, opposed gender recognition reform in Scotland, once denied the existence of LGB children, and compared LGBTQ plus inclusion to bestiality. They hit all the marks. Odd. It's almost like they're TERF scum. How curious, interesting, exclamation mark. The group has argued against trans inclusivity ban on conversion therapy, a pseudo-scientific and traumatic practice that has been discredited by healthcare organizations worldwide in the UK. Instead, it argued that banning conversion therapy for trans people would make it illegal for psychotherapists to do their job. Concerning. Yeah, true. I'm missing concerning. I should add concerning to the thing. Jesus. At tribunal, the LGB Alliance argued that it hadn't got around to helping LGBT people because of limited resources and because of accusations of being a hate group. That it made it difficult to get funding. Bro, that's so fucking funny, dude. It's like, yeah, sorry. We haven't gotten around to doing the thing that we say that we do. That is like our main thing, allegedly. Because, you know, we were too busy being accused of being a hate group because of all the things that we did do, which were hateful, which were hate group behaviors that we did do. We'll get around to the actually helping the LGBT people later, for sure. You know, once this settles down a little bit, then we'll get around to it. It's so silly. That's so fucking funny. You had a bra moment. I too have experienced a bra moment during the reading of this article. That is so fucking funny. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious about this shit. I just called TERFs misogynist because, yeah, honestly true though, because they side with Andrew Tate just because they hate trans people. It's like Andrew Tate has said some more progressive stuff than TERFs, but I think he doesn't mean it. I don't know. I don't keep up with Tate enough, to be honest. I only keep up with like, oh, okay, he's been arrested, he's been filed for these and these charges. That's the stuff I keep up with. Actually listening to him, less so. But I remember he called what's his name, Aiden Ross, a bigot for saying there's only two genders, but I don't think he was serious about it. Either way, yeah, TERFs are technically not TERFs because that means trans exclusionary radical feminists, and they're not feminists. Feminism is intersectional. Like, the intersectionality of feminism cannot be understated. There is no feminism without intersectionality. And they're like, oh no, we are feminists, but fuck those other people. Fuck those other women. We hate those. They're not real. Yeah, they're technically not feminists. Oh, hey, I just explained what TERF is without even knowing it was a question. There you go. That's what TERF is. It's almost satirical. I kind of visualize myself reading that in an Onion article. You'd think, right? But alas, it is real. Don't forget that misandry and transphobic is transphobic, because either it means you hate men, you hate trans men, which is transphobic, or you don't count trans men as men, which is transphobic. True. Yeah, you're right. I think. I think you're right about that. J.K. Rowling, we must defend the female sex. You're a misogynist who hates herself. Literally. The people who are spouting this rhetoric are not. They're just hiding behind the guise of feminism because they hate trans people. It's literally just an excuse for them to hide behind. After the ruling, the group solicitor said, "We are pleased that the tribunal has agreed with our primary case that mermaids never had a standing to bring this appeal in the first place." Yeah, but not because you guys aren't assholes. It's because charities can't do this against other charities, apparently. Our clients have been put through 2 years of stressful and unnecessary litigation. We look forward to them now being able to put this behind them and turn their full attention towards the important charitable work in support of lesbian, gay, and bisexual people. I'm sure they will. Oh, I'm sure in the next couple of days we're gonna hear so much about the good work that this organization does. I mean, obviously. TERFs don't feel oppressed by patriarchy. They feel their little jail cells being filled with outsiders. Yeah. Yes. It's not an accident that TERFs and Nazis side together, right? Like, at the like latest point, when you go to a TERF event, you go to a TERF rally, and fucking Nazis show up, and they're not immediately like boxed and or, you know, sent away from the premises. At that moment in time, you should realize, if you're a sensible person, that you're siding with the wrong movement. Of course, you can also just deny it. Be like, no, there were no Nazis here. Those people who are wearing, like, a holding the flag, doing the salute, no. I either didn't see them, they were invisible, I am blind, they weren't actually Nazis, they were just eccentric Europeans. Something like that. Like, it's so dumb. Like, at that point, you should really realize that you're running with the wrong crowd. This is not at all what you, like, if you ever had a semblance of actually being in it for the feminism, at this point, you should realize, nope. This is not for the feminism. No such thing. Yeah. Wieso und Eiwanger in Erding erfahren haben. Eccentric Europeans, you know, different culture. It's a different culture over there. So now we know what the LGB is meant to be. Oh my god, it kind of rhymes. Low-key, that kind of rhymes. So now we know what that's all about. Okay, we're getting on a pretty good, like, pace. I'm glad. It's good. Good pace. Not too slow, not too fast. I like that. I have a fun video that I would like to watch with you, maybe, but I don't know if it will get me copyrighted, because sometimes fun videos get you copyrighted. Posey Parker, yeah, exactly her. There are no Nazis. What? The Nazis behind her? Jews will not replace us. Literally, it's like I've not seen any Nazis here. Meanwhile, they're literally present in. What is the video? They're literally present in the fucking background. Enough with the seriousness. It's Friday Fun Day. We shall distance ourselves from the seriousness. No more seriousness. Even though I did approach all of the topics above with some amount of levity, but that's just a part of the deal. This video is called the playlistification of YouTube, of music, actually, not of YouTube. I saw this a couple of times. It was suggested to me on my. It has a bunch. It's 3 weeks ago. It's pretty big, but it doesn't have 1 million views, so I'm sure we shouldn't get copyrighted for it. The playlistification of music. Do we want to learn about why all music sounds the same now? And why it is playlistified? I think this sounds interesting. This is a Friday Fun Day video that I want to watch with you. Haven't watched it yet. Don't know what it's well, I mean, I know a little bit about what it is about. I want to find out what's going on, so we can round out this week with a fun little video, something probably removed from politics. Imagine he goes in and is like, socialism. Ha! Now I have a sound of Zecke going, Jews will not replace us. Getting the boss treatment. Oh my god, let's go. Let's get clip chimped. Getting clip chimped can be very advantageous for your career as well, though. I thought you were gonna complain about music on YouTube now being like Spotify. Well, I don't think it's about. It's actually not about YouTube. I think it's more so about Spotify. There was Spotify in the thumbnail of this. I think. Yep, there's Spotify. And the TikTok hit formula. Well, we'll see if it's a fun video. I hope it. Well, it's not gonna be like funny fun, but it might be interesting fun. And also it looks cinematically appealing. We need to take it out of context. I mean, it would be possible to do, but like hell, I'm definitely not gonna make that myself.
Howdy doody, buckaroonies.
Oh my god, your audio is so crisp and also probably a bit.
My wife and I have been together for just over 10 years now.
Congratulations! Do you hear that audio in your ears? Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. He has good audio. That's not a leftist. No leftist audio here. That voice though, right? I was caught off guard. Okay. Crisp. Very crisp. He looks like Gordon Freeman.
Now, and every time we go to the store or something and get in the car, as part of her passenger princess duties, she puts on a Spotify playlist of whatever new music she's found lately.
Same. I mean, I don't ride the car a lot, but when I do that.
And over the last couple of years, I can't help but feel like a lot of it has started to just sound very...
Oh, I like teeth from 5 Seconds of Summer.
Same-y. Yeah. I don't think I'm alone in noticing this.
Honestly, I may have clicked on this video and been interested in the subject, but I don't feel like that is the case. But I also don't listen to like enormous amounts of music. I haven't noticed this, actually, personally. So I'm interested to see what you guys think. He does look like Gordon Freeman, though. So, boobs. Agi Zecke. True, a lot of boobs in the last VTuber making stream.
Especially with the rise of things like TikTok and Spotify playlists, popular music seems to have just become a lot more homogenous and predictable and reliant on these weird...
I mean, yeah, pop music has... He is right, though. You okay, you guys agree. He is right. I know in, like, a technical sense that pop music is very formulaic, and they know certain chord progressions and certain, like, patterns will work with popular music. And I do think I listen to popular music, but... I don't know. I feel like my music sounds diverse. I don't know if that's true or not, but for me it's fine. Boobs. Yes, quartz. Music has just become noise. I wonder, I bet I could show you one of the songs that I kind of like that are noise. Oh my god. Okay, one quick interlude. We haven't even made it 1 fucking minute in. Okay, I'm not gonna show you this one because that won't work, but what if, wasn't it called The Alchemical Process? But it's like a song, so like I'm not gonna find that when I Google that. Okay, fine. I need to somehow get you this fucking song that I'm thinking about. Cause I think it has so little views, I'm sure it wouldn't get copyrighted, would it? But everyone made a perfect video about it too. Oh, maybe I should check that out. Yeah, it all sounds, pop songs sound very samey. I listen to a lot of different shit, so maybe I'm exempt. I'm going through my Spotify right now. I have it on a computer, right? I'm searching for my playlist. Is it in here even? No, fuck. I need to find the other playlist. Oh no, the playlistification has gotten me. I'm trying to find my playlist. I just want to show you like a snippet of this fucking stupid ass song. I need to make sure that this is not too loud, because otherwise this is actually going to like legitimately kill you. You would die. There it is. After the Alchemical Process is what it's called. And not that many people listen to it, I think. Okay. Is it too loud? I like to listen to this sort of shit sometimes. Okay, I won't give you all of it. Listen. It's I hope it's quiet enough. When you said that music's just noise, I had to bring up my favorite noise. I bet this won't get copyrighted. Nobody knows this fucking song. Breakcore! Oh my god, Isabel. I like that sort of stuff. It's like, I think this is speedcore. Still. Maybe this is still speedcore. Maybe this is already another subsection of it. I like the song. Do you like the song? I have it on low because I don't want to blow out your earphones. Okay, that was 1 minute of this song. You like that? Okay, cool. Maybe I should link it. I will link it in my Discord. I like these sorts of songs. They're fun. Got into breakcore weeks ago. What the fuck even is this? That was after the alchemical process. I wonder if I can actually find it after the alchemical process. It's like a song. Yeah, it's this song. Look, it has 230. It has 236 views. I can link it to you via the YouTubes. I sometimes like to listen to music like this as well. I also like to listen to normal music, in quotation marks. It's not just this, okay? But like, maybe that's why I'm not bored of music, perhaps. This shit is fire. You like it. I'm glad. If I have more, I have some more of these. I have a playlist somewhere that I found of this sort of stuff. I can link it to you.
Gimmicks.
Anyway,
with some of it sounding like something I would sing with my infant niece, with really basic rhymes, these weirdly inserted countdowns, and these seemingly sort of paint by numbers melodic structures. But looking beyond that, I think there's really a problem with the...
I think our definition of normal and your definition of normal differs greatly. That is true. I wonder if my... But I feel like if I look at the general music that I listen to on Spotify as well, it's often found in a lot of different playlists. Like if I look at character playlists, I see a lot of music that I also listen to. So I guess it's sort of popular culture right now.
Crushing ubiquity of cheap music made as content. And that's what I want to talk about in this video.
I can see that. The playlistification of music.
Today's video was made possible by my patrons.
Aww. That's a very good image. I'm gonna skip. I would like to skip your Patreon
My
blog.
patrons not only get exclusive activities, they also support the channel to make future videos like
Looks
this possible.
good, though.
You can has modern down
Okay.
in the description. I guess the question of the day here is really one of science. Has modern music definitively gotten worse, or am I just getting old? Granted, I'm 29, so I think I'm officially old and crusty.
Oh my god, he's the same age as Vosh. Means like we're talking about speedcore, breakcore, candycore. Shit, feels like we're talking a different language. True. I think this one was technically categorized as extra tone. Wasn't that what it was called? I already forget. But I think extra tone is what it's called. My patrons, my favorite sponsor. I mean, my patrons is a good sponsor. I like that as well. When people are able to like sponsor themselves by their like patrons and then they don't have to insert ads. It's nice. Even more than Rakan, Shadow Legends, yes.
You know, but there have been some significant changes in modern music, largely thanks to, I think, the economics of streaming. In 2022, it was reported that 83.5% of all music revenue in the US came from streaming.
Damn, and like per stream, I'm pretty sure you make like a cent or something. You make very, very, very little. I think less than a cent per stream, actually. Like 0.0 something cent or something for every stream. I think actually that music artists often make more money with merch and stuff like that than actually like their music in and of themselves, and tour, like if you go on tour, tickets and that sort of shit.
Over the last decade, it's pretty clear to see that streaming, everything in green here, is the golden goose for income in the form of music.
But I guess streaming still gets some, I mean, yeah, as opposed to what? Physical sales of music? Yeah, obviously.
Consumable media. As we all know, streaming services pay rights holders for each play.
Yeah, I've heard that the music industry is pretty fucked, yeah.
The problem starts to emerge when it's noted that all
mainstream feels
streams
pretty
are
bland. Yeah,
more or less
I guess that's true.
treated equally. If I'm streaming a 14-minute epic that some artist I love spent years developing and recording, it pays more or less just as much as streaming that viral 2-minute meme banger that some kid made by smashing trash cans in their garage.
I mean, slay. You cannot fault that meme banger though. If it's engineered by the by corpos, whatever, then it's a little then it's a bit less ingenious. Yeah, you hear the pitter patter. He should make music. I bet he would make great music. He sings sometimes. He does, you know, Raycon. Dang it. I miss physical keys. Physical keys are good. I feel called out. Oh, do you make meme music by banging trash cans together? I live for that though. I miss the Scene Kid and Lapfox Tracks era. I was in that a little bit. Also, more recently, music is being composed around being catchy on TikTok. Yep, I bet he's gonna get to that. I bet he is going to get to that. And I do fall for that too, because sometimes I hear a song on TikTok a lot, and then I will go and listen to it on Spotify. Not always, though, and I don't think I'm on the same side of TikTok where a lot of those songs are found, because I'm not, like, on the dances side of TikTok. I am on the cosplay and weird stuff and bottles rolling down the stairs side of TikTok at the moment, at least.
This means that there's
TikTok.
now a sort of financial incentive to produce more music that's shorter.
I kind of like short music too, though. It depends. Too short, like under 2 minutes is bad, but like 2 minutes 30 is not too bad. I like some 2 minutes 30 songs as well. Yeah. Yo, fellow bottle runner. Oh my god, yes, Ronnie. Yes. Muntaus is here. Yes, Ronnie. I love these fucking bottles, but some of them are bad. I have criticisms. Some of these bottle videos, there's different types of stairs, right? And some of them are really bad. I don't like the one with the like short little stairs that lead into like a little, I don't know, enclosed area at the bottom. I don't like those. But I do like the open one with the stone stairs a lot. Menschen leben tanzen Welt is Böhmermann perfect parody of German low-effort songs that all sound the same. Oh my god, maybe I think I have heard about this before. This sparks a memory somewhere in my brain. I'll check it out. Not on stream, because that one I'm sure will get me copyrighted to fuck.
This decade, this has become particularly pronounced, with the average song on the Billboard Hot 100 falling from 3 minutes and 50 seconds in 2013 down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds by 2018. This same trend can be observed perhaps more notably by looking at some releases from popular artists over the last couple years. Now, it's easy to point the finger here at something like TikTok and say short-form content made us all stupid and gave us the attention span of a goldfish, but that's really not the case because it's hard to pinpoint an exact cause for the shortening of popular music. This has really been a trend ever since the dawn of radio. So ultimately, I think this is best explained by consumer demand. People just want songs that are short and catchy. Short music isn't really the problem, though.
I don't really mind short music that much. I mean, I already said that. Just wanted to butt in again and reiterate. I like short music sometimes. TikTok musicians feel like modern SoundCloud rappers. It's terrible and gross. Well, I don't think that every SoundCloud rapper is that bad. Did I have a short-lived SoundCloud rapper phase? Yes. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna admit to anything.
Plenty of music that
No, but like as long as it's not mass produced by like somebody up there, you know, like some big corporation mass producing music without any soul, like one writer is behind every track that's played on the radio. That shit's the kind of shit where I have a problem with. But if it's like teenagers uploading their shitty music to SoundCloud, I don't care about that. You know, that sort of thing.
I enjoy that's on the shorter side, because not every song needs to be 10.5 minutes to get the fucking point across. The problem is this short music that seems to be so omnipresent and monotonous. And I think this is what we've really seen with the rise of TikTok and Spotify and streaming in general, because it's created this hole in music and shifted it from art to content. And I think this is the point where we really get to dive into what I see as the root of the problem here.
You did. I did have a SoundCloud rapper phase. Not in that I made a lot of content. I tried, but I didn't get very far. And that will never see the light of day. Thank you very much. There will be no such thing. I don't think it even exists anymore. I wouldn't know where to find it, and it's not real, and stop searching for it. Thank you. Yeah, but like I didn't make that much content. I just listened to some more of that sort of like genre, I suppose. I demand to hear it. No. No, I honestly, I don't know if I would even be able to find it if I wanted to, but also I don't really want to, no. You need to become a SoundCloud rapper. I would like to become a SoundCloud rapper again. New SoundCloud rap music, yes. My only issue with TikTok music is when they get a good song and put the chipmunk voice. Heck, even bad songs. Why would you do that? Well, but that's nightcore, right? Nightcore has a long and varied history, unless you mean like something even more sped up than Nightcore. It depends. Sometimes I like Nightcore. Nightcore is like scene culture, you know, but not for all of them. Some songs are cool and sped up, but there's also is it called daycore? Or just, I mean, oftentimes they just call it slowed down, but like there's a slowed down version of songs as well. That one I find a bit more annoying usually. I don't know why. Oh god, dear god, not Nightcore. Yeah, I don't really listen to Nightcore. I used to, of course. I was 13 and on the internet. I used to listen to Nightcore, obviously, but not anymore. We're done with that. Usually like to avoid it. Daycore is the opposite of Nightcore, and it is called that. Lil Tick is your rapper name. I mean, second rap is legitimately a genre. It's legitimately a genre in punk subculture in Germany. Used to listen to Nightcore, not gonna lie. Some songs, like I said, some songs go pretty hard on Nightcore, but most songs I prefer at their original tempo these days. Some Nightcore is still good, but in general, no thank you. Yeah, that's basically my sentiment.
The playlistification of music.
An act of submission. Wow, so
if you've ever created a song and wanted to release it as an independent artist and get featured on playlists and different streaming services, you've likely used some kind of service like SubmitHub. Using these services, we can upload...
I've never done such a thing, but interesting. Tell me more. Maybe I will at some point upload music to Spotify. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Upload our song, pay for some credits to pitch to various curators, and then find a list of curators that would be most likely to promote the song based on their general preferences. However, if we take a deeper look, these are often very, very specific. As anyone who's submitted something on SubmitHub can tell you, you get denied for the most obscure and hilariously specific reasons. Because of the nature and function of curated playlists and the streaming...
Interesting. Never looked into that before. When I was 13, my playlist was almost entirely Nightcore, as it should be. As it should be. I stopped getting music back in getting music back in hardcore. Any cores after that, I won't know anything about. But speedcore, my favorite one.
Economy and the algorithms.
Oh my god, Angel with a Shotgun. Yes, Nightcore remix mix. Yes, but if you listen to it more than twice a week, I'm pretty sure you'll become a weeb. Well, I've been there, and I was a weeb at some point. So yes, nobody, me. Zecke has a playlist of chipmunks singing emo rave music from the 2000s and 2010s. Yeah, I don't think I have those playlists anymore. They're like linked to old accounts that I don't use anymore, but yes.
Platforms like Spotify or TikTok.
Yes.
Artists are faced with an incentive to create music that fits into these very specific parameters like song length, structure, melodic content, mood, tempo, and instrumentation in order to get their tracks accepted and placed into the playlists or parts of the algorithm that garner the most attention.
I hate
this,
that.
I think, is what fundamentally leads to the homogenization of music as an art form, because diversity and creative experimentation really aren't encouraged. Instead, it's almost incentivized for artists to create things that sound more or less the same, that can be easily categorized and sorted onto the right playlist to provide the end listener with the most satisfying listening experience.
Demanding supply. I'm a VTuber, I'm still a weeb. You cannot, they are inextricably linked. Oh my god, if you listen to a Nightcore version of Sweet Little Psycho more than once a day, like I did, you'll probably end up liking women who will literally just kill you. But I did also do that. It wasn't Pretty Little Psycho? Pretty Little Psycho. I don't remember the melody, obviously. I'm still an emo weeb. I just internalized it. Yeah, no, I can see that. I can accept that, yes. Pretty Little Psycho and all of that sort of, yeah, all of that.
The other dark elephant in the room here is really just the simple supply and demand problem that exists with music. Because making music is cheaper and more accessible than ever, there's a lot more music out there than there are people who want to listen to all that music that's being made. So, consumers are often likely to choose a streaming service or something like that that has an algorithm to assist them in their listening experience to find music that they might enjoy.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. That is fair. There's not really... You know what the best way of getting good music is? I will teach you a trick that you will be so happy. You will be so happy. I wonder if I can. Actually, let me censor this for a second. Sorry. I'll be right back. Spotify has a web thing, right? I could show you Spotify web player. Does that show me anything weird? I'm not logged in. Okay, I'll accept cookies. I have a Zecke Spotify account. It's not my main account, though. Do you know my Spotify account? You do not know it. Can I continue with Google? Do you know that? I'm just censoring it right now. Yes. Good. Okay. Nice. Cool. I did it. So now what you want to do, you're on Spotify, right? Or I mean, I could have done it on YouTube as well, honestly. Maybe it would have been easier. I didn't have to go through all these extra steps. Unfortunately, the Gacha kids took our songs. Oh, fuck. I know, I hate that. Now, what you want to do, you type in a character that you vibe with. It could be anyone. You type in any character that you vibe with. And then you type that in, you search, you click on playlists. Now you have music recommendations. That's what you do. That's how you get the best music recommendations from fellow mentally ill people who will give you the best music recommendations. Like this one. This one is just about 12 hours long. You can listen to Goro Akechi Just Like Me for real for 12 hours now. Let's go. And you get a lot. The only thing that is kind of a problem with these is they're usually a little bit samey. It's one thing. There's a lot of songs that you will hear that are like on all of these playlists, depending on what type of characters you search for, I guess. Yeah, so maybe it's actually not the best way to find new music because I just keep finding the same music in there. But sometimes there are songs that I haven't heard on these before, and then I can discover them. Like I haven't listened to 9/11 by Lady Gaga yet. Most of these other ones I'm familiar with, but you know. Goro Akechi is Just Like Me for real. I hope not. The one scene from American Psycho, but it's Akechi. I mean, you can also go like, Patrick Bait. Now that one would give Bait. How do you fucking spell? You can go Patrick Bateman, and then you can listen to all of these ones and have a great time. I am no longer mentally ill. I think this one would do me well. Where is my mind? I like that one. Where is my mind? Anyway, these are my tips. Bro, this method of finding music reminds me of my method of doing it. Listening to YouTube shorts and finding out what song plays in the background. Oh, that's exactly like the... It's exactly like, the TikTok thing that he's gonna talk about, I think. It's like, you have an Akechi problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. What do you mean it's a problem? It's not a problem at all. I'm doing great. I have an Akechi solution. Okay? You know? We're I just pulled this out of my meme folder. Shit. I have a Akechi solution. Thank you very much. My Crystal Akechi moment. Patrick Bateman Just Like Me for real? Same, definitely. As well. Same. 100%. Hi, Aiden. Welcome. We're watching funky stuff now. We're done with news. We're only watching funny stuff. We're being funny now. We're being silly.
Consumer-assisted approach to music discovery is
problem,
sort
Isabel.
of twofold. On one side, this means that...
Let's see Joker's calling card. That is so good. That is so good. That's such a good fucking line.
The algorithm will often serve up more and more specific music that's more and more identical as the consumer's tastes become better known to the algorithm,
that's
leading
what happened
to
with my
a sort of
Spotify
consumer
too,
burnout and dissatisfaction because everything ends up feeling and sounding the same. On the other side, consumers aren't necessarily encouraged or even directed to explore the lesser-known parts of these incomprehensibly large music catalogs.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to branch out of what Spotify has identified as your general like vibe. I like my vibe, but it's tough to break out of it. Yes. The killer from Persona 4, maybe I do know. Perhaps I do know already. At least we're not watching Ref. Yeah, Ref hasn't posted anything interesting as of late, so we're not watching any of that.
Leaving fresh and more niche or lesser-known artists languishing in obscurity. The problem facing the artists creating the supply is also pretty similar. If you want to release your music and have it succeed, the best way to do that is to create stuff that's easily boiled down and digestible so it can be placed on the right playlist or featured in the right parts of the algorithm to provide the end user with the best and most satisfying listening experience. So that means creating stuff that's pretty samey, but just different enough to warrant being featured there. As well, because consumers aren't being
gotta hack
encouraged to
the system.
necessarily explore the backwaters, it becomes a real risk as an artist.
That sound equipment looks dope as shit. Holy fuck, give me it. I don't need it, but I want it. I wonder if it'll branch out to like YouTube music. YouTube has a music streaming platform as well, and Apple has one as well. But I guess Spotify is the most playlisty place, and a lot of people are on Spotify. True. Yeah, Ref was complaining about the Skullgirl stuff, but that was like a while ago, so I don't want to bring that back up again, but that was something that I could have reacted to, that's
Just
true.
to create
I saw
something
that.
more
Well, I didn't watch
experimental,
it, but I
as it
saw
might
the
not be able
title.
to be nailed down enough to find any sort of realistic traction.
Play me, daddy! What?
On
What
most
is
streaming
this?
services, a play really counts as the first 30 seconds of a song being played continuously.
Ah, interesting. I was wondering about this when you get your Wrapped back. I wonder how that works. Of course, Ref would be complaining about that. Yeah, and obviously he would be.
So what's an artist to do?
Isn't he?
Generally
Yes, he
speaking,
is.
we probably want to get to the goddamn point as quickly as possible and put the hook or the chorus right up front to be nice and catchy so that we can give the listener a reason to continue listening. Because a skip costs nothing and there's essentially infinite music to be explored, there's been exponentially more importance placed on this initial hook, and I think this is a large part of why so many popular songs start with this gross sort of "ooh, please make me go viral" edging tease of a chorus right off the bat. Combining this with the new
Yes, but also, is that bad? I don't know. I like a catchy thing. A catchy. I like a catchy chorus.
modern
yes.
viral attempt hit structure, a reliance on a level of melodic and harmonic predictability, the dialing down of instrumentation, delivery, vocal style, arrangement, and instrumentation, we land at the new world that so many music critics have tried to put a name to, with Spotify core, stream bait pop,
Oh.
Spotify lounge, and so on.
Didn't know those.
This sort of
things. God damn it. I'm sorry. She's admitting it, guys. I am. I know.
Starry-eyed, hazy, mid-tempo, understated pop approach with wispy vocals has become a staple of most algorithm-driven streaming and social media services.
I can see
It's
that.
music that's designed to be inoffensive, consumable, disposable, and it's music that ultimately keeps the silent majority of listeners and consumers on the platform. This new sort of paradigm of the mass consumption of music as a product has led to this weird form of, I guess, what ultimately amounts to the endowment effect. We, as musicians and artists and the true artist archetype, become insanely frustrated when we see some gimmicky meme song blow up and go super viral.
But gimmicky meme song funny, haha. Me doing, I am countering this man's well thought out arguments by going, but gimmicky meme song make me go haha. No, I do agree.
Whereas we spent days or weeks or months or longer toiling away, pouring our hearts and souls into this music for it to flop and die alongside everything else on streaming services. And we feel that we're entitled to the attention that the other thing got because we simply worked harder and we're the true artist or whatever. And this leads to, I guess on the consumer side, what I would refer to as the bar gig problem. Because my wife and I live in the Nashville area, I can't so much as take a dump at a truck stop without someone being on a corner stage with an acoustic guitar just a strumming and a singing their heart out on all these bum me out songs that are super deep and meaningful to them, and then sprinkling in the odd original they wrote in between bouts of them begging people to follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, that doesn't happen around here. Not around these parts. Not around these parts, partner. Not around these parts. My city too small. Yeah, he has a thick mustache. He has good facial hair, like strong facial hair. You know. In the Skullgirls game, is that what you're talking about? They censored an animation of police beating up a black person because where was that not happening in the 1920s? I thought that they censored like Nazi uniforms or some shit in the Skullgirls game. And that was the controversy that I was slightly aware of. But I didn't look into it too much because I don't even know what Skullgirls is. So I thought it's not worth me talking about it.
The thing is,
it's a fighting game. I do actually know that.
it's not that this person is a bad musician. It's not that the songs they're singing are bad songs.
I do remember the guy outside the Ghost concert playing Disney songs on his little Fender though. See, in Berlin, yes, but around these parts, no. He was just outside the concert playing more music for the people who had to like wait around there. It was kind of sweet though. It's kind of sweet. Yeah, it's just busking. I like the idea of busking though. Busking is good. You don't like saying or typing it. Yeah, it's tough to type because YouTube doesn't want you to type it.
It's not that their own original songs suck. It's not anything about that whatsoever. It's that I probably came to the bar to eat hot wings and drink my fucking beer and not listen to you wear your heart on your sleeve for an hour and a half straight. I would argue that despite being a sample size of one grumpy mustachioed motherfucker here, this is really representative of the more mass consumption of music. Not everyone is here for deep lyrics or innovative melodies or genre-bending artists. Not everyone is a musician with a more developed sense of musical appreciation and analysis and critique, and not everyone really gives that much of a shit. Most people just want to listen to some music.
Some people don't even listen to music. Vosh says he doesn't listen to music.
It's this kind of music, and I guess this sort of listening style, that ultimately leads to this endless small vibes to be heartbroken to playlists on streaming services that have become 7 layers of cliche and cringe.
Maybe I also don't feel like it's so repetitive because I like music that goes hard, and I guess that's not the trend. I like music that's generally, not always, but generally, I like music that's a little bit more intense. If I had to think of the two shapes, Kiki and Booba, I think my music should always be Kiki. You know what I mean? Yeah? Like spiky. I want spiky music. I want music with hard surfaces. Yeah?
Artists are encouraged by labels and more indirectly by consumers to deliver more of the same. And any kind of experimentation could lead to the ultimate punishment: being put on Spotify with everybody else. This isn't meant to be an elitist tirade against popular music on streaming services. I think it's more than evident that this industry of Spotify-friendly music exists for a reason. It works, and that's what the consumers want. That being said, and music being an industry, there is a financial incentive to focus on streaming revenue specifically, and whatever brings in...
Did you say Kiki and Boo? You know the shapes. You know the shapes. Kiki, I think they spell it like this. Yeah, this. You know this. I want my music to be Kiki. I don't want my music to be Booba. This is important. Most of the time, not 100% of the time.
Streams is what's likely to float to the top. It's in the music industry's best interest to create stuff that does well on streaming services. It's in streaming services' best interest to find the music that does best with its audiences and keep them on those specific platforms. And it's in the audience's best interest to use a streaming service to sort this massive catalog of stuff into something that they're going to enjoy. And therein lies the sort of weird catch-22 of it all.
The price of bread.
Many of the articles and papers I read through when researching for this video suggested a similar sort of solution. Spotify and TikTok and all the other streaming services need to emphasize the idea of discovery in order to shift back to a more meaningful and innovative era of music.
I feel like they're trying to do that, but I guess they're not succeeding in it probably. Stop being pervy in the Ace Way challenge. Impossible. Cannot. That's my way of life. What can I say? I forgot what it was called. I feel like I feel like calling it Blorbo now. But Blorbo is a person. Blorbo is a catchy from Persona. That's my Blorbo. Blorbo is another thing. It's important to keep that in mind.
But I think most of the articles and papers maybe seem to miss the point of the idea here. They were close, but not really getting at the root of that sort of solution. Leaving it up to the consumer in terms of discovery, I don't think is really the best way forward, because I would argue most people are lazy and probably don't want to jump through a bunch of hoops to find new stuff. I know I don't. Instead, I think the better solution is an emphasis within the algorithms and playlists on tangential exploration and discovery to bring forward this new era of creative and innovative music, because most people just don't know what they want until you give it to them.
Yeah,
most streaming services work on a few key data sets, things like mood, tempo, genre, instrumental or lyrical, and so on. But this creates the bread problem. The algorithm ends up saying if you like bread, then you might also like this other bread. And if you like bread, you might like toast. But eventually, you realize it's all the same fucking thing. Sometimes you want peanut butter on it. Sometimes you want a bun with a hamburger. And hey,
now you're making me hungry. Why is there a pineapple?
have you ever heard about this thing called a pineapple? That's where I think the real solution is, if the goal is truly to bring back a sense of discovery and exploration within music. If consumers want to find new stuff, explore different things, diversify and develop their taste, and maybe even challenge themselves as to what they think classifies as music, that's absolutely possible, but the right stuff has to be put in front of them first.
Yeah, like breakcore. Show more people speedcore, breakcore, and extra tone. I'm sure they're gonna love it. I have a playlist called Brrr on Spotify, where it's just speedcore stuff. It's just called Brrr. B-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R. I'm cheating on Harry Dubois with a You mean Raphael Ambrosio? Well, that's literally me. So he cannot be my Blorbo because he's just me. Also, no, it's not literally me. Neither of them are literally me. Your Honor, for legal reasons, neither of them are literally me. Just say that. I need that playlist. Yeah, the problem is that playlist is on my personal Spotify account, which has a name that is linked to other personal accounts, so it's a bit tough, but I could recreate it on my Zecke Spotify account and then link it. The Brrr playlist. It's not super long though, but it has some nice titles.
One of my favorite examples of this is Forgotify. It's a website that showcases songs that either have 0 plays or no complete plays on Spotify. And I've actually discovered some legitimately amazing music from artists I would have never otherwise heard of.
Fun.
Of course, there are websites and forums and things like that for people to discover and recommend music, but I would argue most people don't really do that kind of thing. They're not going to go out to explore these things. They're not completionists. They're not audiophiles. They're not fetishists for how diverse their musical tastes are. They just want to listen to some music. So I think ultimately the responsibility falls on streaming services if the goal is to create this more utopian version of the art of music rather than the product of music.
It's hard out here for a pimp, so true.
I suppose that leaves us with one last unanswered question. For the independent artists out there who really want to release their music as an art, what are they supposed to do about all this?
I mean, they gotta build a brand, I guess. I guess they gotta build, like, a following as a musician and then, like, post it to your audience. That's easier said than done, but I feel like that's how people do it, maybe? I think most people just don't care that much. Yeah, I learned that from being a wine fanatic. Most people don't want to be challenged. They just want to get drunk. Yeah, and if you want to discover something, you just have to go out yourself, like it always was. Honestly, the algorithms are not gonna show you new stuff much. Sometimes they do, but usually they don't. They just show you generally stuff that's in your bubble, that's very safe, that they are pretty sure that you're gonna like. And if you want to discover new stuff, you need to, like, go on weird websites like the site that he suggested, or, I don't know, Google every genre there is in the world and then randomly pick one, you know? Musical brrr, brrr. Should it be brrr or brrr? I like both, but they're both two different ones. You should just copy the playlist. I don't want to accidentally dox me. Yeah, I mean, it's not, like, under my real name, but I don't know what that fucking account name is linked to and stuff, because it's always, like, when you have personal accounts and then you have other accounts. But I could just make it again on the Zecke Spotify account. That's why I have it, so I could make it. Maybe I will make it.
What can they even do? The most obvious solution is just to say that streaming services and viral music trends and all that only exist because we, as the artists, are providing them a product, and they ultimately exist as sort of a middleman. If you want to sell your car, it's best to directly sell it to someone instead of selling it to a dealership who in turn also has to make a profit off of their sale.
Thank you. I've practiced rolling my R's. I've practiced this for many years. I didn't used to be able to do it, but then I taught myself how to do it. So now I can.
Yep. Services like Bandcamp or direct sales from an artist's website are obviously the best way for artists to make an impact against streaming services. If we don't provide them the product,
thank you.
They have nothing to offer. Rosy as that may sound, I don't think that this is ever really likely to happen. Not being on these services means that you, as the artist, now have to do all the marketing and promotion and things like that, and it's highly unlikely that you on your own would ever have a level of reach that's going to sustain a realistic career as an independent musician. Thanks to social media, though, it's not impossible, but it does come with its own ever insurmountable set of odds. That being
Oh, Bandcamp. I've heard of Bandcamp, but I don't think I've ever been on Bandcamp a lot. But I've heard of it. You find cool songs there. Maybe I should keep that in mind. Maybe I should explore over there.
I do think that services like Bandcamp
There it is.
or even streaming things
Bandcamp.
like Rune do a particularly good job at emphasizing discovery as part of the consumption experience in an intelligent way that feels like part of the process rather than a hoop to jump through. So maybe there is a light at the end of the tunnel here for indie artists. I don't
think it's not
that streaming
impossible.
services and algorithms and such are entirely malevolent, though. I think that as an artist, they're just part of a tool set that we have available, and perhaps the most pragmatic solution is the John Mellencamp approach. You work on some music that would likely perform well on these services for the sake of getting discovered and building an audience, and then you can leverage that audience to release whatever you want to release, however you want to release it. I can't say
That's an idea. You could do that. Maybe if I were to ever release any music of my own, which I'm not totally disinterested in. It's not my main thing that I'm into, but I'm not I've played around with songwriting before, and I may do it again. Maybe I'll look at Bandcamp then. Hi, who's that gamer? Hello.
In any fairness, I could fault someone for taking this sort of approach.
Happy Friday.
Even if your goal is just to sustain a music career on the Kevin Kelly method of 1,000 true fans, the truth is you're never going to get 1,000 true fans without putting your music in front of at least a couple thousand people. And the best way to do that is probably to make some music that does well on streaming services instead of releasing a bunch of experimental art music and then bitching on Twitter that it didn't get featured in the popular Friday playlist or whatever. However, the danger with this approach does become pretty obvious. If you don't remember...
I mean, maybe you can find some like online groups to share your weird art music in as well. Maybe that's a way that you could get discovered. You don't have to, like, the way he is presenting this, I wasn't going to criticize this video, I kind of just wanted to watch it, but the way he is presenting this kind of puts forth an idea that there are no other social media aside from streaming services, aside from music streaming services. And I think a lot of artists like have a social media presence outside of the streaming services, no? So they could promote themselves over there and build a fan base over there, which again also isn't like easy to do. You can't just, it's not like done with the snap of a finger, but you know, you can do it. Bandcamp. And also rave communities, lots of DJ artists. Yeah, you can also do it like locally, of course. If you go to a local place, if you play in your local scene, you can get known that way. Again, not easy, but doable. Bandcamp is where you can find really unique artists of all genres. That sounds fun. Sweet Myths collab. Let's go. Get those collaborinos rolling is the word I was looking for. I think people do stuff on YouTube too. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to like put your music out there aside from just uploading it to Spotify. I feel like if you've never been known by anyone and you just upload your music to Spotify, that's probably not how this works anymore for the most part.
Why you're making the music in the first place, you end up just making music for an algorithm. Creating a song that will do well on streaming service algorithms or playlists doesn't necessarily mean selling your soul to the four-chord devil or doing the weird wiggle-wobble dance. There are a ton of micro and niche playlists out there that are probably a perfect fit for your music, and it's just a matter of getting in those ears in the first place. This might mean working on a track that hits a larger playlist to get you discovered first. It might mean putting in some legwork and sending some DMs. It might mean using SubmitHub to have a bunch of people tell you that your track sucks, but that's just the way that the world works, and that's part of the music business. And as an independent artist, that unfortunate task of marketing and promotion is your job.
Yep.
The unfortunate and ugly unspoken truth of it all is that other people aren't responsible for your success, and you aren't entitled to their time or attention. If you want to get your music out there and heard, you have to work on getting it out there to be heard, and the best way to do that might be just to share your work.
I like the way he shoots his videos, by the way. This is very aesthetically pleasing. I like this video. It was very well shot. Good job. Good job too. Let's credit the man. It's Venus Theory. What's his name? Venus Theory. I like that video. Again, they have some addendums to make, but I guess I did make them. So yeah, I vibe with that. Thanks for watching that with me. That was fun. That was interesting. Interesting opinion on music. Also, good time to talk about music a little bit. You know what I wanted to show you? I wanted to show you Art Fight. I feel like maybe I won't talk about all the other things because we did meet our quota and stuff. And this could be a whole stream in and of itself. I want to write like a book or maybe a play. I have yet to decide if it's going to be a book or a play. Maybe I'll talk about that later. I should really get like actually started on that maybe before I want to tell you about it. And I want to open commissions as well, but I haven't finished the website yet. So do you know about Art Fight? That's a little thing I want to tell you about. Art Fight is a thing that happens every... Whoa, they made a banner. That's new. The banner is new. Art Fight is a thing that happens every July, every year. It happens for the whole month of July, and you log into this little website. I'm zoomed out still. I had zoomed out of the website because I thought it looked more aesthetically pleasing. Why is the art fighting? You are fighting people with art. That's what you're doing. I'm doing Art Fight with Kirin and Co. Yeah, with Maxi and with all those types of people. Those are like all of my followers basically is Maxi's circle. Art Fight? Art on art violence? Yes, and by violence I mean trading, exactly, because it's called a fight, but you basically just draw art for people and you get art drawn of your characters and all of that. How do you exactly win in this? Now that's the kind of mindset that we need, by drawing a lot. Look at all of this art that I made of characters. I did like all of this in 2 days, and then I haven't done any more than that. It's 6, that's all of them that there are. And I've drawn people's characters. I can inflict paper cuts. You could do that too. You could poison people with paint thinner. Nope, that's not how you art fight. You just take people's characters, you choose somebody's character, and then you draw them. And then you send it to them, and then you're like, look, I drew your... I like this one a lot. This one's a cool portrait painting that I did of somebody's character. And, you know, and then you get points for that. I think I zoomed out in order to see the entire picture at some point. I like that. I remember seeing them. They're cute. Yeah, we're also posting them a lot in like Maxi's Discord. Maxi's another streamer. Maxi's Discord. There's also a channel for that. You should draw Griffith for no reason. I would love to. I haven't even read Berserk or anything, but I love the way that Griffith looks. I love the vibes of Griffith. I think I would do pretty well on that. You can hide people's Apple Pencils or tablet pens. That would be so evil. That would be so evil to do. Yeah, I have some characters uploaded as well. I've also received some attacks already for, of course, my persona, which I've also uploaded, and my girl Katyusha, who's a fucking Shadow and Bono C, but I love her dearly. And this is the artist. He's just called the artist, and he's the guy that I would be writing a book about. That's who the book would be about, technically. And you're supposed to upload multiple images, but I just made this reference image only for Art Fight, so I have one image of this guy as a reference. But like, it's enough. You know what to draw. The shiny blonde in the middle. Wait. You mean, yeah, Katarina? Katyusha, that's my Shadow and Bono C. See, we have multiple pictures of her here. I've painted all of these, and then you give them like as reference for people to reference, and then they can draw fan art of your character, and you can like you're supposed to write like, oh, what are the permissions, and a little bit of backstory. I didn't write that much backstory for her because that's work. Shiny sparkly. Or do you mean Cassio? Cassio is a character by Chips, not my character. So that's fan art that I drew of Cassio. Very cool. Don't know much about them aside from like the stuff that Chips wrote about them. Wait, I can show you the original one. Cassiopeia Saint-Pierre. Look, that's the original art. Goes fucking hard, you know? Did others draw her? Katyusha yet? Katyusha, yes. Katyusha has been drawn by Maxi before. Casio feels fun. Look at this reference. I was kind of trying to find like something that fits the vibe of Casio. And of course they look a bit different than my paintings usually do. Because my paintings are not very saturated usually and stuff, but you know. Cool. And also so much art. I love sharing around art. The original artist of Casio is Chips. Wait, Chippities. That's do we have a Twitter link? I could link you to Chips's Twitter if you want to see. We do have a Twitter link. Look. Oh my god, follows me. Besto Furendo. Here, you can follow Chips. Chips owns Casio and is probably writing a story about them. Literally don't know. You don't need to know that much about the art that you're making fan art of. Just figure out the basics and then you're good. You don't need to be in the material or anything, which I also like about Artfight. And this is Maxie's art of my Katyusha, which, look at that. It's her. Oh my god. She's so tired. I love her. She's so tired. She is very tired. Extremely tired even. So much art and passion. Yes. I tried Googling chippities and Google said, did you mean chickadees? Well, here you have a link. You have a link in there. Oh yeah, a lot of VTubers are graduating, so I've heard. I mean, Nina's last stream is today, and a couple more are happening as well that I'm not so familiar with. Give her some sleep. She can't sleep. She has too much. She has too much to do, you know? She has the world, the weight of the world on her shoulders. I really do like, yeah, I like this one that I did a lot because I love portraits. Portraits give you less points, right? Full body gets you more points on the website. But I love portraits. I'm just gonna do more portraits. And if you go like to the front page of this whole thing, you can see there's two teams and they're fighting against each other. And I'm Team Vampires. But I feel like oh my god, Team Werewolves is winning by like a bit, aren't they? Oh, what a bummer. She looks like she would be the bride to some vampire. She has like vampire vibes, right? I am the creator. I could write it now, but she can't, you know? It wouldn't be in character for her to get like a long good sleeve. Oh boy, I mean, I could spoil the story. It's a Shadow and Bone fan fiction. I could spoil that for you, but I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. I'll be quiet. Almost just mention something about the ending of my fan fiction. Yeah, it doesn't link to other socials on the Twitter, but I think Twitter is where Chips is mostly present. Don't know exactly. I think there's also a Tumblr somewhere. I'm sure you can find it. I hope. You can find everything you need. There's some more linked here, like Tumblr as well, and Instagram, I guess. But it's always Chippities, exactly spelled the same way. So I guess if you search it on those websites, I think you can find it. So yeah, let's go werewolves. But I'm not Team Werewolves, man. What can I do? Yeah, the portrait of the blonde woman with the black diamond shape around her head reminds me of Renner from Overlord. See, I don't know Renner from Overlord, but hell yeah. The design was, like I said, done by somebody else again, but I just did fan art. That website is, what website is that you're showing us art on? It's Artfight. It's artfight.net. Wait, I can link you my profile too if you want. You can only see it if you have an account too as well on the website if you're a part of Artfight, but I can link it to you in case you want to sign up. You can sign up as a spectator too, technically. Like that's my little profile. I have some cute little like shit on here. Cause why not? Make it cute. Make it cute as well. Do I have some advice for artists heavily dependent on Twitter to promote their art? Yeah, it's a good question. Find another platform that also works, but there is none. Uh-oh. Good question. I don't have I wish I had an answer for that. I would like to know that as well, honestly. Oh, speaking of Artfight, I just finished the last ref sheet. Oh my god, Siska's gonna join Artfight soon. I'm excited. Also, you can join Artfight at any point in this month. Yes, you gotta make everything cute. I mean, look at the cute little like GIFs and everything. They're everywhere. Now just to upload them. Yes, gimme, Siska, gimme. If I ever participate in that, I would be causing friendly fire. You're allowed to. You can do friendly fire. I've friendly fired as well. I've friendly fired on a few people, I'm sure. Okay, these are all colored in my color, I guess. I don't know which. I know some of you are. Yeah, you are friendly fire. Charlie is another vampire. So I friendly fired on Charlie. I do know that. We're team vampires. But you are allowed to friendly fire. It's fine. It doesn't really matter who wins at the end of the day. It's just drawing art of people's characters. So it looks so fun. If only I had art skills. You can learn if you want to. You can learn. But I understand if you don't have time also to learn all of that and participate. But I would encourage everybody who feels curious about it to participate. So if you explain this, but how do you win art fight? What are the rules? Right, you attack people. It's actually quite complicated. I could show you this. If you want to submit an attack, there's quite a few things that you need to, like, submit in here, like the actual image, of course. You draw somebody's character, you enter their username, you enter a character ID, you select the size, that determines how many points you get, because you get points for every attack. So if you do, like, full body... Wait, I can zoom into that, no? Look at how close it is. If you do a full body... Oh, that doesn't show up. Okay, you can do full body attack, you can do simple shaped characters, headshot, bust, half body. Depending on what you select here, you're gonna get more points or less points. Then you have type drawing. You can do 3D modeling. You can do a craft as well, but we're gonna do with drawing. Then we have like finish level, clean color and painted, fully shaded background as well. These are all things to take into account. It's a long list to fill out every fucking time. And then you could even say, like, oh, did I put extra time and effort into one? I should do that for, like, one of them, but I don't know which one yet. Polish? Yes. And then it calculates your points at the end, and those are added to your team in general. That's how it works, kind of. I'd like the idea of everyone drawing everyone's OCs, right? It's so fun. So fun. But yeah, that looks more complicated than just signing up, though. Yeah, it is. Like, submitting an actual attack is pretty complicated. Making an account, I think, was pretty easy. But yeah, the actual submitting attacks part is kind of complicated, I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to learn how to draw, but I don't have the time for it right now. I absolutely understand that. That is very valid and very fair. Yeah, I want to share about art fight because that's what I'm doing right now, and that's very fun. And I'm soon gonna draw at least 1 or 2 of Siska's blur bows. Are you gonna be team vampire, by the way? Is it gonna be friendly fire, or are you gonna be team werewolves? Did you say that before? If so, I have forgotten. Looks incredibly difficult to make an attack. So what's a defense then? A defense is the same thing as an attack, but... Oh, wait. Here, revenge. Well, wait. Actually, no. I just lied to you. I said it wrong. You can revenge, but the defenses that show up on your profile are just the attacks that you've been attacked, right? You have been attacked. That's what your defenses are. That's what that is. You were automatically assigned vampire. Assigned vampire at birth, as you... Well, maybe not birth, but at login, as you should be. Friendly fire it is. Assigned vampire at login. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Very good. No, that works. I will friendly fire on you so hard. Friendly fire gets a lot less points, by the way. But that's okay. I do not care. Yeah, making defenses just are the attacks that you get from other people. You defend against them, I guess. That's how they named it. This is my first time doing art fight. Before that, I was always too scared, didn't know what was going on, didn't understand what this even was, only heard about it, never knew what it actually was. But this time I'm participating. I have to leave. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Seppo, have a good one. I'm also gonna leave. Like now-ish. I'm gonna talk about the other things that I put on the docket haphazardly another time, because it's been 3 hours and 8 minutes, and I want to get some food, and my mom's gonna come home soon, so I'm gonna have to walking my boy time. Bye bye. The vampires versus werewolf premise makes me think that it's gonna be a bunch of fancy classical artists versus and furry artists about to have World War III with each other. It sure does. Like, those teams make it seem like that, don't they? But they give you teams every year. I think last year was something like steampunk versus hippies or so. I don't remember. I mean, I didn't participate, but I saw it on other people's profiles somewhere that they had like badges of having participated last time. No, I think steampunk was the year before. I don't know what the hippie one was. I don't know. Food is important, I agree. Should get some food. Otsukaresama deshita mina. Rest well. We did well. Good stream. Good stream today. Had fun. Again, I mean, it's Fun Friday. It's Flat Fuck Friday. Do you have to draw something related to the theme? Nah, not at all. Not at all. It really doesn't matter. It's just... I mean, you could let yourself be inspired by the theme, I guess, but no, you don't need to. You can draw whatever you want to draw and what the other person has given, like, permissions for their character. So, you know, some people will be like, no blood. Then you shouldn't draw their characters bloodied, you know, that sort of stuff. Enjoy food. I'm gonna go back to napping after this. That's also good. If I had the time, maybe I would get a little nap in. I like a little nap. But I had a good night's sleep as well, even though it was a bit late because I edited 2 videos. Oh yeah, I need to finish doing that. I need to finish uploading one of the 2 videos that I've edited. And by finished uploading, I mean make a thumbnail and finish uploading it. Write the description. I've already written the title, but I have not written the description yet. Anyway, I will be gone tomorrow. No stream from me tomorrow, but yes, stream from me on Sunday, of course, because it's Disco Elysium Sunday. We're gonna make some progress. I don't even know what we're gonna do next, actually. We sent the letter, right? I hit the letter and I raced to her place, screamed, "How could you?" in her face. She said, "No, sir." Okay, I'm gonna leave now for real though. Okay, have a nice Sunday. Well, have a nice weekend. Have a nice Saturday. And I'll see you again on Sunday. Bye-bye. I had fun streaming today for you all. See you around. You gotta buy Disco Elysium. It's very good. I do recommend. Bye. I'm leaving. Later today, Vosh is streaming. But also, Maxi is streaming. I'm gonna have to watch both of them at the same time, I think. And not tell them about it, obviously. Is that what we will? Bye-bye. See you around. Auf Wiedersehen. Until Sunday or so. And lots of fun. Ciao.